Okay. Live. Says we are.
Oh. Welcome to the second character creation live stream for Super Academy. I am Ben Lifson.
I am Jacob Delliver.
I am Alex Fukui.
And I am Kyle Becker. And those who don't know, Ben is the creator and director of the series. Jacob, I would call him our head writer and AD, assistant director. Alex Fukui here is an illustrator who has helped us before and is helping us again. Very talented. I'm Kyle. I'm also a writer and the producer of the show. So we're here to take your ideas and suggestions, brainstorm a little, and then Jacob and Alex will sketch some guys for you. And we have another illustrator that's going to show up a little late. Hopefully he'll be able to sketch a few as well. So
yeah, and so basically, just for those who haven't been part of the live stream before, basically, just leave a comment in YouTube. It'll show up. We'll be able to see it. And
There's about a minute delay. However.
yes, so we're in the future.
are
So
we in the past?
It doesn't matter.
yeah.
There's a minute delay between what you post and what we see.
Right. So so how this is going to work is, we're creating new superhero supervillains. If you want to just throw out something or see if you can challenge us, you're trying to test our creative abilities. Or if you have a good idea too, that's also very nice.
I like those ideas.
And
It's
based on,
basically improv, but like a writer's room improv. So.
and we'll draw them, talk about their backstories and everything. So just make sure to leave a comment on that. So I'm just going to give a little bit of a time for that.
You know, I'm just trying to pull up the comments.
Um,
trying to pull
you want to, so while we just give a little bit of buffer for people to comment, if you want to talk about a little bit the sort of a mask reward that we recently added, or
Yeah, so we just met with a good friend of ours, Hunter Teasley, who makes masks for Mythics Armory and Effects, which we have a link to, I believe, in one of our updates. At least if we haven't been updated, it's up on Facebook. He's going to be making masks for everybody who backs at the $60 level. It's on our Kickstarter right now. They're handmade, hand-tooled, custom leather masks, painted in any color that you want, patterns. You can change the shape, so if you want kind of like the curves on the sides, or if you want classic domino, or if you want more like a flat, wide, Green Hornet style mask. He'll do all kinds of stuff for you. And he's all from scratch, handmade,
leather.
custom leather. Typically, something like that, I've seen other Kickstarters where that reward is
$300.
yeah, between $100 and $300. On ours, it's $60. If you want somebody to sign it, or if you want something personalized in there, we'll put something on the back for you. But seriously, that's a sweet reward for the price point. We're also going to be joined later tonight by Charlie Price, who's one of the co-creators and the artist for Kitsune of Foxes and Fools, which is a card game that is going to be released very soon here. He ran a Kickstarter last year, and he got our sponsorship package with us. So we're doing a little promoting for him, and he'll be here to do some art for you as well. So it's going to be really cool. We also want to talk about Fallout Shelter Arcade, one of our other products.
Yeah, the Fallout Shelter Arcade. It's in a warehouse in the northeast district of Minneapolis. It's a really cool arcade where you have these battle pods, these that are like a 3G projector screen. Where you have joysticks and throttles and control giant mechs and get to shoot your friends. And I believe we put it at $60 or $65 as well. It's a very similar price line as the mask. You can join us at the Fallout Shelter. You got to pay your own travel to get there. So probably mostly for you local Twin Cities folks for the most part. But we'll meet you at the Fallout Shelter, and you get to play one round and one round lasts about 10 or 15 minutes. It's a good long amount of playtime. You basically will get to blast us to heck. Possibly we will blast you to heck. Ted, Ben, and I went and played against each other last week, and Ted is the better of the three of us. I will say that much. He's also good at killing himself, but it's a lot of fun. Like I could have stayed there all night and like written over half my bank account to them if I had wanted to. So it's a lot of fun, and you get to join and play with us. You know, Ben will be there. I will be there. We'll join. You know, we may even bring like 3 or 4 other cast members. They have room for like 14 people to play at once. So. And a fun thing, we'll probably be filming a scene from an episode in their bunker. It's a really cool location, so we have that as well. So Fallout Shelter, it's falloutshelterarcade.com if you want to check out the website.
Alex, you want to promote any of your work at all right now?
I guess you can see some of my stuff at alexfukui.com.
F-U-K-U-U-I?
F-U-K-U-I.
Okay. Yeah.
K-U-I.
Okay, actually, I'll post it right now.
Sweet. All right, Ben's going to post that.
Spell that again.
Cool. alexfukui.com. ALEX-FUKUI.
F-U-K-U-I.
Yes.
.com.
.com.
You'll, oh,
Oh,
you can't. Google Plus doesn't let you post.
Put it in the description of the
All right.
Yeah.
Or you can put spaces. You can put,
Yard.
yeah.
That's where I have my stuff, so.
Check that out. Alex does some really funny comics, and he does some really dark comics.
Today's stuff
he
will
does
be
a
more
ton of
fun.
illustration.
Yep.
So, yeah, you like his stuff.
Do we have any suggestions?
Not to like.
This is that's Ted. He's the actor. You won't see
Plays
him.
Power Kid. So a few times he won't be on camera.
Someone wants to know if they can submit drawings that they've done themselves for superheroes. Not to step on your toes or anything like that. But
Sure. I mean, like if you want to submit, like if you have an image or something, you want to see how you would work them into the Super Academy universe, or
We do a little improv with that. Submit a picture.
Mhm.
If you don't have a name, we can come up with a name of a superhero based on the drawing and their backstory.
yeah, or don't
That's
even
what they're asking.
like you don't even need to give us a name. You can literally just say, "I want a guy who shoots fire."
Yeah.
Like you can just say that.
Or you can give a name
Mhm.
of
Yeah.
a character. That's how we got Razor Beam last
Right,
time.
Yeah.
We ended up being a laser shooting mad
Mhm.
barber.
And I also just want to just let everyone know and remind everyone that one of these characters, and we'll announce it at the end. We'll say one of these characters is going to be in the series.
We're basically,
One character that is created tonight.
Yeah.
Jake and Benton and I are kind of the core of the writer's room. We plan to write this show in kind of the showrunner style, with Ben as the showrunner and Jake would kind of as the head writer, working together with ideas from me and some other people to really write a good 3-episode arc for you guys. It's not going to be something we hash together in an afternoon at Starbucks on our MacBook Pro. It's going to be something that have notes. It's going to be a really we know what we want to do, a basic plot structure, but actually writing the episodes we're going to sit down and do. So we'll powwow and we'll decide which character really tickles our fancy the most, if you will, or tickles something else we don't know, and we'll work them into the show.
Blue Dragon 5, the streaming seems to be working, so that might be on your end. If you want to try refreshing, just see if it works, or maybe change the browser.
And thank you everybody for being
Oh, yeah,
here.
thank you.
Who's already here. That's fantastic that you guys came out to hang out with us tonight. Thank you so much. That's huge.
If you want us to draw your guy first, either pledging money to the Kickstarter. This is why we're here. We're here to raise money for the Kickstarter. Yes, we reached our $8,000 goal, but every film runs into things where it would be nice to have more money. So every extra we make will go into making a better show. So if you want us to do your idea first, pledge $10.
Or if you
Or
want us to
increase-
flesh the design out more,
Yep.
and go more into
Yep.
shading or inking kind of stuff.
Yeah, we won't charge,
that,
like,
yeah.
Increase your pledge or add. If you've already pledged, add $5 to your pledge, and we'll boost it to the top of the line. If you haven't pledged yet and you want us to do your idea first, pledge $10, and we'll boost it to the top. I mean, it's crowdfunding. Every dollar counts. $5 and $10 pledges are fantastic. So we're here to have fun first. Second, raise money. Maybe the other way around. I don't know, but we're here to do those two things. We're here to make superheroes and chew bubble gum, and I'm out of bubble gum. Is that how it goes?
Basically.
All right. DJ D has a suggestion. Colorblind Kyle's arch nemesis, colorful Kyle. so here's
That's excellent.
Wouldn't he just be multi-spectrum Kyle? Like that would be a more
Chromatic.
chromatic
I
Kyle.
like spelled with a
Yeah.
K.
With a K, chromatic Kyle, and he just
Oh, and the Kyle is spelled with a C though.
no, then it would be Sile.
Oh no, but he just spells it. I don't know. Well, whatever. 2 Ks is cool too. But yeah.
Chromatic Kyle with 2 Ks.
All right. Well, here's what I'm thinking. Okay, we can add this to Colorblind Kyle's backstory too. So originally it was just Kyle, okay, and he fell into a prism or something, and he got split into Colorblind Kyle and Chromatic
Like the
Kyle.
Mirror Man, the
Yeah.
Flash villains can make multiple copies of themselves.
Mhm.
But Colorblind Kyle, it was just the 2 copies, and they became real and permanent.
Mhm.
And one was just a jerk who liked all of the colors, and then one was just our poor, unfortunate student
All right.
who sees the light of the world like a dog.
So,
You can take it if you want.
Chromatic.
so would he? In that case, he would see more colors than the because like humans can only see a certain amount of the spectrum.
Yeah, you could probably see more. You could see an ultraviolet and everything. So
DJZ loves the idea.
yeah, I think he would measure everyone's ability to be killed or not on the chromatic scale. Yeah.
No.
He would be obsessed with he'd be like the Bizarro thing where he goes out of his way to try to be Colorblind Kyle's opposite. He's like,
Yeah.
Colorblind Kyle go to Super Academy, me go to law school or something.
Why law school?
I don't know.
Me go to DeVry.
Yeah, and then we could definitely have
I don't think he needs to be like a mentally stunted character like Bizarro.
I guess.
Bizarro's half baked. I would say Chromatic Kyle is fully baked. Just he has lots of half baked ideas.
DJ D says he was splashed by magic paint from a gang from angry magic hippies. That's his backstory.
That was the 1970s backstory, but then for
Yeah. When they started the Ultimate Super Academy line, they made it a little more edgy.
right.
It was a horrible scientific experiment that the original Colorblind Kyle was trying to cure blindness in his own cousin, who was fully blind. And what he managed to do is to cure his cousin from blindness, but he managed to make himself colorblind, and then created a duplicate of himself that was evil and out for vengeance and could see in multiple views of the spectrum. Very edgy and dark. We have a second one we can get going too, so Alex can draw simultaneously.
Sorry, what?
We have another suggestion we can go, so we can get Alex drawing on
Yeah,
one.
let's see.
while,
We need to get Savior in Darkness, Savior in Distress has never seen the character creation, so if they would like to make a suggestion for a character right now, go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
just give us an idea. You could just say a guy who uses a saw as his primary weapon. And we could come up with a backstory and name for that character. Or you could go, hey, what would the Befuddler look like? And what would he do?
In the meantime, I'm just going to do just so we I just use a random superhero generator name. So the Onyx Swarm.
The Onyx Swarm?
Yep.
Oh. Well, I think backstory, this should be a group, like multiple villains, kind of like Team Rocket or something. So this should be a pair of triplets. They're 3 crystalline entities that are pygmy crystalline entities.
Actually, this comes with a description. They're using the Super Academy font. That's amazing.
Do we want to use their description, or are we just going to challenge ourselves as writers?
Okay.
Come on,
Well,
man.
yeah, you're right. All right.
So
Yeah,
the
what do they
Onyx Swarm, they're 3 crystalline entities. They're very small, pygmy-sized creatures made out of crystals and everything. And they're villainous, and they attack people by casting shadows that envelop them and put them into the 5th dimension, or a black hole.
We have a suggestion from DJD for another character, Tommy Two Toes, gangster in a purple suit whose weakness is his lack of balance.
let's see. Well, okay. Well, this could be just because that's such a 1940s thing. Maybe a gangster who is like sent into the future.
Possibly.
What was it? Johnny Two Toes?
Tommy Two Toes.
Tommy Two Toes, or T3 as he's called now.
No.
No. I think we can go even crazier.
Mhm.
We can kind of stick with the gangster thing. He was sent to the future,
Mhm.
but too far into the future.
Mhm.
And he lost his balance by getting in a battle with cyborgs, and he lost the entire lower half of his body.
Mhm.
That's now been replaced with the repulsor lift system
Mhm.
that he floats around on, and it's just kind of a joke. He doesn't have any toes, it's just two little blinking lights
Uh-huh.
at the bottom of the repulsor lift. Then he flies around, and he flies around with a repulsor lift, but his upper part is a zoot suit,
Uh-huh.
and he has a Tommy gun, but it's a space Tommy gun
Right, with 2 barrels.
with 2 barrels. Because it's 2 toes, and then he just like is always chomping on a cigar, like, "I'll get you, shit." You know, this very, but he floats around on the repulsor lift.
And you do the Two-Face thing where he keeps saying, like, bring up twos and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
He's kind of...
Yeah, it's like, "I see you, Power Kid. Cat to dance. It always takes 2 to tango." Like that.
terrible. Screen just went kaput.
Uh-oh, really?
No, their stream did. We're running live still. I think they're having connection problems.
I can just like, well, I mean, I'm on a different account and I can see it.
Oh no, it's
I'm just, let us know. Oh, I guess wouldn't get this message in a minute. Could everyone just post if you have a stream right now?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Just everyone post if you're getting the stream and you can hear me, just if you could just post it.
It's working.
A couple people are commenting that they're having some trouble with it. So
One person is.
So just let us know. All right. So while you guys are creating,
They're working on the Onyx Swarm and
Pretty solid, right?
Chromatic Tile right
Could maybe show that off just before ready, ready for its glory.
it's up to you. Is it ready? Is it done?
It will never be finished. But I suppose.
all right.
Take it over there.
So this is.
now. Chromatic Tile sketch by Jacob.
So if you want to just sort of talk about what
Yeah,
you did with that.
now?
Yep.
Alright, so I gave him kind of like this patchwork vest with a bunch of different colors. He's like a little bit greedier version, like the street version of colorblind Kyle. He's got like the big visor, just like he does.
Mhm.
And he's shooting these sort of multi-colored beams out of his hands. I don't have any colored pencils, or otherwise I would
Mhm.
color them in.
It's his spiky hair too.
Yeah.
I think we definitely want to make sure that we use the same actor for both. Sort of do kind of a double shot there. So get your images.
What's that guy's name? Tim?
Yeah, Tim. Tim Kuhn.
Oh shit.
Oh. So we're adding colors now. We are.
He said, "I
Things
have
are
to be
getting
married to an artist, and
crazy.
I know my wife's nice set of colored pencils is up here. Might need to be sharpened, but I like where Alex is going with the. Was not how I imagined when I described the Onyx Swarm. This is completely different, but I like the direction he took it. It's very Stepford Wives. That'll make more sense when you see the drawing. So, I also think Chromatic Kyle should his more street version. He should have piercings and tattoos too, possibly. Just they're real colorful, old school sailor style tattoos with lots of color.
RGB.
Or even
you could be
if he wanted to troll colorblind Kyle's true nemesis, he could have full sleeve tattoos of those hidden picture diagrams. Then you can't see if you're colorblind, and it just has messages written, or he just has clothing made out of that with hidden insults to colorblind Kyle that colorblind Kyle can't get. And he's like, this could say you're a duty head, but you can't read it because you're colorblind.
And this will be like his game sign, RGB.
I'm hurting inside.
That's just his henchman, Roy G. Biv.
So thank you for joining us, everyone.
Yeah.
If you're just doing this right now, just want to leave a comment if you have any just ideas, suggestions, or just something. See if you can stump us.
I think there's a G.I. Joe that looked very similar to Chromatic Kyle. So it's looking like an old school 80s G.I. Joe villain.
Probably. There's lots of things in G.I. Joe that should never have made it out of G.I. Joe.
Pretty much the whole series.
Yeah.
I loved it as a kid, but I rewatched it. It's awful. I shouldn't have been surprised that the movies they made out of it were awful too.
They were fun.
Even with Joseph Gordon-Levitt playing Cobra Commander, they didn't salvage it.
Let's see. We have
Or was it Justin Long?
No, it was
Joseph Gordon-Levitt
JGL.
playing camera cases.
We have actually. I'm just going to test it right now from Ice Cream Nightmare. He drew
It's a
something.
fantastic name.
He drew something for us.
While you're testing that image, we've got another suggestion: a DJ with giant robot hands. How would that work?
Well, let me see. Well, let's see.
Kind of, I imagine something similar to Scott Pilgrim versus the World. Maybe like a DJ.
Giant DJ with
It's
robot
like a
hands.
there's a DJ battle in that. And maybe
I was thinking calling him
adds something
like
cool to it.
DJ
Alright,
Mouster.
Mouster.
Dead mouse.
Yeah.
For that one.
Camera.
There's the color
Added color.
added color to Chromatic Kyle.
I imagine him shouting something incoherent as he does it. It's like a Howard Dean screech.
Or pigment!
Saturation.
His vehicle he drives around could be the color wheel. It's like a big General Grievous wheel he drives in.
Cycle.
Ice Cream Nightmare. If you could post that again, I'm not getting it, or it doesn't seem to be working. Is it Google Dot or Google Dot? So if you just want to post that again.
You can't post links.
Yeah, can't post
Right. I meant, but with like the spaces and different. Just with spaces, if you could.
How about an
Give me,
evil food truck owner?
What?
An evil food truck owner.
I kind of like the DJ
Why
one.
not?
I'm trying to brainstorm
Well,
more on that.
What about we combine the two?
Or
An
what
evil
about DJ who operates a food truck?
Yeah.
It's a
Like
mobile-
you could wear a trucker hat. Like like DJs have a shtick, okay?
Yeah.
So his shtick isn't his robot hands. He
He's
just
like-
has
he's like-
robot hands.
The
Like
trucker DJ.
yeah, he's like, all right now we're gonna play ourselves some good old tunes.
Why is the truck guy a redneck? Your food truck guys are like raging hipsters. They're like, this is an aioli sauce on a locally sourced shredded beef on a completely gluten-free tortilla. That'll be $14. That's a food truck owner. Like, you just serve me food out of a truck and you charge me $14 for it.
Mhm.
They're already kind of evil on their own. They don't have to do much else to a food truck owner.
Some food truck stuff is really good.
Yes.
To be fair.
But I'm just saying, they're not rednecks.
shit,
They're
that's
hipsters.
awesome.
Yeah, like I said, very Stepford-wise.
Yeah.
I guess we hold it up. So it looks like he gave them floating heads and like J. Crew clothing. And so they're gonna come on all peaceful, and he has them holding hands. I could just see them walking in, and then the scenes we just play this like single like chime, this like ding, 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 and then this whole set is very dark, and then they come in, and then all of a sudden we just do very high contrast lighting of whoever they're attacking. They're like, it's them, and then the shadows start enveloping them, and they just stand there with their floating heads, holding hands, occasionally adjusting their scarves, while the horrible blackness envelops them. That is the Onyx Swarm.
Nice.
Got another suggestion
Occasionally they check their iPhone 5.
for a mad scientist friend that befriends Power Kid in chemistry.
Nice. Yeah.
I don't want to like basically pass up. I think we can do something with a DJ robot. I don't know if we can do the food truck part with it. Unless we can do the.
We'll get to. Or yeah. Keep going.
What sounds appealing?
Oh yeah, I don't know what was that. Yeah, this-
We have the
The DJ with robot hands.
DJ robot
An evil
hands.
food truck owner. We have a mad scientist who befriends Power Kid. I think a couple of those could be fleshed out a little bit more
Yep.
before we jump on a sketch. But
Sure.
Yeah. Well, let's see. So Matt. Yeah, I like Mad Scientist who befriends Power Kid.
But is he a good man? He's just like a crazy. He's like hate him, a couple burritos shy of the taco sampler platter kind of guy.
I'm thinking like sort of more. I'm
Or
thinking,
like Doc Brown from Back to the Future.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking like a Doc Brown Morden.
But like a young Doc Brown,
Right.
like prequel Doc Brown.
like Doc Brown with brown hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we wanted differentiating him from Dark Cop
Yeah.
in that he's like would be
Doc
super
Brown, played by Justin Long. Jonah Hill.
You're not getting better.
He could, be very excited about his work. Techno.
Zach Braff. I'm just saying things to make Jake angry right now.
That hurts.
Yeah, like he could have like a bunch of stuff in his like lab coat. And, maybe a ray gun that has like constantly gets a new function, like sort of like it shoots lasers, but it's also his phone, and then it also becomes like later it becomes like a microwave or something. I don't know.
So we just gotta come up with a clever name for him.
If you want to use your nice food guys,
Techno Babble.
Let's take mad scientists. I'm thinking the beakers and stuff. Danger theorem. No,
chaos theory.
maybe. Has something chemistry. Something
Phosphorus
Phosjo for short. PJ.
PJ.
Phosphorus Jones or PJ for short.
Phosphorus Jones. So I think he should definitely have like a crazy like piece of headgear that has like eye visors and stuff that come down, possibly, and then a lab coat with all kinds of different like vials of stuff he can use to fight bad guys. Like he's like
jumping in this one, you jump on something.
Phosphorus Jones.
I guess I'll do Phosphorus Jones. Yeah.
Okay. So mad scientist, Phosphorus Jones.
I have another suggestion. No, are you busy on this one?
But we got three
Yeah.
we need to
Okay.
flesh out.
Alright.
2 more we need to flesh out here real quick. If they want to move to the top of the line, they can increase their pledge by $10, or increase their pledge by $5, or make a new donation for $10, and then they can jump to the top of the line. Because we are here to raise money. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna do stuff regardless. But if you want to move to the top of the line, give us your hard-earned ducats.
All right, so let's give him a backstory then. Phosphorus Jones. Okay. So I'm thinking just, he's naturally that smart. He doesn't need, like, enhanced anything. So perhaps he started out as Mitch Brayman.
Well, his last name has to be Jones.
But does it?
It
I mean, isn't that the, unless it's hiding in plain sight or something, like, isn't that the whole point? You're not supposed to use your name?
Some I think can use their own name. Everyone knows Tony Stark is Iron Man.
Well, yeah.
If you're crazy enough or don't have any family or something, then you don't have anyone to protect and you necessarily need one.
See, I was picturing him as like a support character, like Beast or a Forge kind of
Oh,
guy.
yeah, kind of like if
So
you
then
need.
he doesn't really need.
Yeah, he stays back at base and gives Dark Top and Power Kid sweet stuff to fight crime with.
Well, I'm thinking.
This is a shrinking potion. Here you go.
Yeah, I'm thinking because Dark Cop pretty much has the role of a tech equipment covered, so
Yeah.
he would be more of a chemist.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
So
I
you remember the last time you fought the punster? He put the laugh serum in it. He shot you with laugh
Or
serum.
he could like craft
Yeah.
like
Here's
precise
the antidote.
explosives or
Yeah.
something for their cop.
Here's the antidote.
Yeah.
Oh, you're fighting the siren? Here's a thing it'll plug up your ears when you're fighting.
Mhm.
I don't know how you're going to communicate, but you figure that out.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Leaning into her attacks.
But I think one thing that it should definitely be is all of his his chemical need to be an exact precise amount. Like if you ever overdose it, or like all of his things always have really specific rules or something like.
2 drops, no more.
Right.
What if I go more? Don't go any more. Understand? He just grabs you by the cuff and stares at you and go, "Oh, I'm hungry."
Or
I
even
think
just
it's-
really matter of fact vibes. Like, what if I go more? You'll die. Don't
Right. Like I'm thinking, like this guy would be
How
like.
attached are you to your penis?
Yeah, he'd basically like dark top except really like happy about everything.
Yeah.
And just like kind of but and doesn't stay on anything for too long.
Or
It's
like, what if
oh,
I
yeah,
go
maybe-
3 drops? That would be an awesome autopsy.
And like he would act like it's like, oh man, I accidentally made this like invulnerability serum, but I was trying to make a new type of syrup, so I threw it out or something.
The day they go get them pancakes.
Right. So I definitely like this Phosphorus Jones.
Right.
Now that we're talking about it more, I
progress.
almost wanna. Is there another side?
What can I do?
Oh, okay, we got a few more.
Yeah. We still got a couple that we haven't.
Yeah,
addressed.
DJ
Probably
has robot
fine.
hands and the evil food truck guy. Food truck guy. I almost want to make a joke about the gluten-free fad food truck guy. Like, Samuel gluten. It's like a taco truck.
It's just like has gluten free all over his truck.
Hands-
It's like everything
Okay.
is filled with gluten.
Everything.
Yes.
Okay, robot hands, trucker, hands-on steering. Or hands-on. Oh, right.
What? No.
Why not?
No, this is a huge stretch. Any kind of plausibility. I mean, I looked at Chromatic Kyle and I was like, this is goofy, but I'm going to do it. I look at that and I go, what?
What if the
That doesn't make
DJ
any
with
sense.
robot hands was called the Spin Meister? And if he wanted to, and I'm imagining him as a villain, he can take the vinyl and then they're attached to his hands and they're like these razor blade, like spinning things of death he fights with to dubstep music. Like he can control dubstep. He has speakers in his chest too. He has like a mechanical suit of armor that plays dubstep that attacks his enemies with sound waves, while he can also shred them up with vinyl. And his nickname will be Love Love. Or that will be his sidekick. It'd be like a cute little
You want
dog.
to take
Love
that,
Love.
Jacob?
Okay.
Oh, God.
I know.
You win this time, Kyle.
All right. So,
What did I call him?
I don't know.
The Spin Meister.
Oh yeah, the Spin Master.
I like
Spin-
Meister. Because
Spin
that kind of has like
Meister.
the music.
The Spin Meister.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in.
We could do a musical episode if we had one. With dubstep. It's hard to sing with dubstep.
A composer would be disappointed upon hearing about that episode.
Speaking of singing, I will sing for you guys. Any new pledge, I will sing a song for you. Or if you increase your pledge, I will sing a song for you.
Please note, he will make the song up on the spot.
Right.
Poorly.
I don't need that.
Yeah, he doesn't need that kind of negativity, Kyle.
All right.
Alright, we'll take another suggestion.
Yep.
All
I
right.
got a couple.
You muted it?
Here we go. I'm just writing a couple down here from food. Here we go. All right. Yeah.
Did anyone want to draw Tommy Two Toes? Anyone drawing that? The repulsor left the gangster. Really want to try that one?
Yeah. We can always come back to some. So if you have
Yeah.
one that we don't bring up, we might we'll come back to it. Again, also if you want to pledge, we'll go automatically to the top of the line.
Yep.
All right. An evil IT guy whose hatred for simple technology questions caused him to want to destroy all routers and using technology. He's also a SOPA supporter. So an IT guy, he got tired of people giving him how do I have to plug it in or something?
Commander Luddite. think that should be his name.
Really?
Commander Light. And she wear Amish clothing, but then have like a Nintendo Power Glove that uses to hack into things because it uses older technology to take out the new technology.
I don't think the Power Glove can hack anything. I think the Power Glove can sit there on a shelf because it was never as great as people who've never used it claim it is.
Oh, it was never great. You always lost it.
It was never even good.
Mm-hmm.
But it looked cool. It was so 80s. They made a movie about it.
Yeah.
Starring Fred Savage, I think.
Well, that was about Mario.
Yeah.
Well, it was a character thing about a person who was trying to get to California to reconnect with his dead mom.
Yeah.
That was the plot. Like they tried to make it all sense.
Was it called 16 Bits of Love?
They didn't have that many bits in those days.
Or 8 Bits of Love?
Well, James Smith promotes Wub Wub for president, by the way.
I think I like this idea. See, a deluded hero who is convinced he has powers, but is just incredibly lucky, and it seems like he has powers. The astonishing Adam.
Yeah, I mean, it could be a guy you just love, and he's at Super Academy too. And
He
it's
could
like,
be.
what?
This would be another pun.
No, no more puns.
his
I
name
know.
his name could just be Stan. He could be Hacking Stats.
Such a stretch. Such a stretch.
Well,
I'm laughing this harder than anyone.
oh, okay. Oh, jeez. Why?
What if his superpower is actually though? He thinks he has, but he doesn't realize his actual superpower is that he always is able, because in any certain situation there's almost an infinite number of probabilities. What if he is like this probability? His superpower is to really mess up the laws of probability, and like the weirdest 0.1% chance thing that could happen in his favor happens. So like no one will play Dungeons and Dragons with him because he always makes the best rolls possible or the worst rolls possible. Like he never has a decent average roll. He either rolls a nat 1 or a nat 20 every single time. And then when he's on a mission, if he thinks real positively of something, there's just one chance. He thinks he has, precise throwing like bullseye or something. He just happens to throw the dart and it hits something that causes something else to go loose, and he just has the
It'd be like
Final Destination power. And his
No, I like that actually. I
Yeah.
think that could definitely have potential in the. Yeah. So.
So what would his superpower then be?
What was the speaker dude's name?
The music or the Spin Meister.
Spinmeister.
Spin Meister. Music Meister is a character from Batman, The Brave and the Bold, voiced by Neil Patrick Harris. It's a good episode. You should watch it. I think it got nominated for an Emmy.
Yeah.
What would we call this random luck probability dude? They called him Astonishing Adam. That's actually not a bad name. That should be his self-appointed name.
Mm-hmm.
But everyone else just calls him, oh, look at that, Lucky Adam or whatever. No, it's Astonishing Adam.
Yeah, we have a lot of double alliteration. I like it. Yeah, no. Astonishing Adam. Yeah, he is.
So technically, his superpower is probability manipulation, but he doesn't realize he's doing it. It's actually passive. But anytime he wants something, he really wills something positively to happen, it happens. But also, if he ever has negative thoughts, I'm like, oh, bad things always happen to me. That causes a bad thing to actually happen to him if he thinks about it. So he thinks I'm gonna be the hero and save the day. He does. He's I don't think I can beat this guy. He's not.
So he's basically uses the secret.
Yeah. What's that from?
No, it's just called The Secret. It's where
Oh.
the idea that if you
Oh.
think something will happen, you can manipulate the universe to make it happen.
Oh, is
That
that
also-
is that what that big creepy guy from Shallow Hal believes in? Like the advice guy?
Maybe,
Yeah, I think so.
but
yeah.
it also means if anything
It's
bad happens,
also parodied in the IT crowd.
Okay. Oh yeah.
What's it called? What they call it's like Telestar conferencing or
Yeah.
something.
So,
Oh, it's so good.
but he doesn't realize it's happening. But we could even
I
have
got my spin meister here.
Dark Cop and his whiff could have figured it out and tried to explain it to him. And he won't. Alright, I'm really liking Phosphorus Jones.
So I gave him a bunch of speakers all over his body, and he got these like
Sure,
spinning records going, and then I got the sound waves shooting off of him. And the sound waves also good.
yeah. No, I definitely like that's like his attack, just like a shockwave of wall.
Do that whole sound.
And before he attacks, he says, "It's time for the drop."
This is
man.
Phosphorus
I love
Jones.
those.
I really like Phosphorus Jones.
Oh, nice.
He's got kind of like ape arms going on, so maybe he experimented on himself a little bit and had some unfortunate results. So I kind of like that.
You're just really bad at drawing arms.
I thought you were going. You're better at drawing arms than me. Mine would be a line. So, I like the Phosphorus Jones there. He's got his crazy doohickey helmet for making various tonics and whatever. It looks like he's wearing swim trunks and he's barefoot. So he's kind of a chill dude. He's got long hair. So he's kind of like a surfer scientist. Phosphorus Jones, which would make sense, dude. Phosphorus Jones. You need valence electrons figured out? I'm your man.
He also sounded really upbeat, so I don't know.
Yep.
I like.
Or he could be the super positive surfer guy. It's like, hey man, don't do that. It unbalances the potassium in your body and you get a Charlie horse. You know, like, just be positive, man, and eat a banana. Here you go. It's just chemistry. Okay, get it? Potassium.
He needs to make. He needs to make chemistry jokes.
Alright, that's
Totally right.
Or you could make Breaking Bad references too. All right, so we got a couple more. You want?
Yep.
I'm the one who rocks.
Someone want to draw Astonishing Atom. He's the probability manipulation guy. But he thinks he has just every superpower. So I was thinking some kind of like over-the-top Superman thing. It's like a combination.
Oh, okay.
Like I think you should have like your classic. Like
I'm lost.
Actually, I'm thinking
like classic Captain Marvel from the DC universe with the short cape with the epaulets and stuff. But then he should also have a sweet visor too, because he just thinks he can do everything. So he's like, gotta have the visor to focus my laser beams. And the cape for flying, and then, you know.
I'm thinking actually more of a almost like Gambit-esque thing, or it's like where he just wears a really flashy suit or something. Because it's like his powers is just, it comes from, like, he doesn't wear like much of a superhero costume. It's more of like a almost game show-esque coaster, just like really colorful, tacky, suit and everything.
But he thinks he's like this all-powerful superhero.
Oh,
So I almost think him being very classic, like Silver Age, like triangle chest shape, or at least trying to do it kind of thing. But with like elements, a couple classic elements. Like I said, I'm thinking like the cape and the like Guy Gardner like crossover vest with visor. So something like that.
So two different things. Okay.
Well,
Well, you're the artist.
yeah,
Okay.
we are the two Bioware options. Now you
Yeah.
need to make gotta choose the direction.
Kyle was always the renegade option.
And this is my favorite shop on the Citadel.
Yeah.
Alright, now, get it? Alright.
I got it.
We have a lot of suggestions right now, so
Awesome.
Oh,
how, I
That's
mean,
good.
Yeah.
Built up.
So he's going to Astonishing Atom. We
okay.
have 3 hours of this, so
okay.
we don't want to go. Let's read another one. So we can come
Yeah,
up with
Alright,
actually-
let's see if we can go back.
I've also been copying a couple too. Actually, here's one I want to talk about is
And thank you everybody for being here.
Yes, thank you very
it's
much.
amazing that you guys came out to hang out with us tonight. So we're really, really glad you guys are here. Again, what's the reward thing for tonight? The special exclusive.
Yes. So if you pledge anything or raise your pledge by, I'd say like 15 or so, one of these drawings we'll send to you in addition to whatever reward you.
Yeah, we'll scan it in digitally and send it to you.
No,
Yeah.
I mean we'll send you the actual original.
Oh yeah, yeah.
At
Right.
like, say
50
about
bucks.
50.
50? I said 15.
Okay.
25.
15. Just make sure to make a pledge and message us. We will get
Jackson minus Atlanta.
the link to the Kickstarter is in the description. And here is another suggestion that
When you're doing improv, you don't have to be funny all the time. You just have to keep going.
Molecular Girl
Yes,
can manipulate anything on molecular scale and also see things at a molecular scale, but sees it in the big picture and is a perfectionist.
So kind of like the Atom from the DC universe, but a girl.
Yeah, but I think like super obsessive because like you would notice all of the problems that people was like.
Is that the description they gave, or they just go molecular girl and they don't know?
The description: molecular girl can manipulate anything on a molecular scale and see things in the big picture, but it's also a perfectionist.
Okay.
So I'd say can see all the flaws with things that most people wouldn't even notice. It's like this room is filthy. It's like no, it's not. It's like look at all the dust particles or something. Or
So
like
it's kind of like Danny Pudi in Community. It's
Mhm.
like it's like this, say everything you notice about this person. He just kind of like when he tries to be brutally honest with everyone.
Or like monk.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
yeah, I can almost see it's almost to the point where it's like it's like kind of driving her a little crazy because she can't stop noticing all these things.
I think she should have one of those scientist visors that has the eyepiece
Mhm.
that focuses. So she can
Really
really like
it. Which you can see
Well,
from the
maybe
wall.
what if the goggles were actually even just to restrict them? Without them, she goes even more. Maybe she goes to the atomic level. With them, she's at the molecular level. So it's
yeah.
um,
Or maybe that's a threat, is if she doesn't keep her powers in check, she'll go to the atomic level, and then she'll go nuclear.
Mm.
So she's constantly, the reason she is so obsessive is to keep herself under control, and because she literally is a time bomb.
so are you think I'm not thinking she would be manipulating herself though, more other matter. It's
But
just
she can set it, if she looked too hard on that thing, on that
Oh, I
coffee
see.
cup on the table, it could go
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So she has to be so obsessive and everything to keep that in check.
No, I think that's
So it almost makes her jittery, very kind of like Cyclops was like, "Don't take off my glasses, no!"
Mhm.
And he's like, I don't like Cyclops. I mean, making fun of him is okay.
Oh, okay. I liked him in That's great.
Why? Because he was on the screen for 5 minutes and then
He
died.
died.
Sorry, spoilers, everybody.
That movie only came out 10 years ago.
No, I like that idea. Yeah, we
Like she's very focused, and so I think she should have to keep that. I think she should be very properly dressed, almost like old school, a little bit, not kind of steampunky, is just more modern Victorian, but a form-fitting blazer with kind of a frilly shirt with maybe a brooch or something, with her hair in a tight bun and a proper pair of glasses, and she's very focused and proper. Everything that's part of her routine to keep her powers in check. And maybe the glasses she had have some kind of special filter or something that, like you said, keep her from seeing at a atomic level and making things go in many nuclear blasts.
all right.
Or if not nuclear blast, melting down to just some radioactive slag if she looks at it wrong. Because it's having a nuclear explosion all the time might be a bit too much, but if she looks at something wrong and just melts through the table, it's this glowing green radioactive mess that someone has to come and clean up. She gets out of
I
control.
would definitely want her goggles though to be really giant and stuff, and
Yeah.
really techy.
So what she had? That she had the proper,
It almost looked like a
almost
virtual
retro
console.
clothing with this really ridiculous Oculus Rift
Yeah.
type head setup
No,
to
definitely.
keep it under control.
By the way, thank you everyone for your suggestions. We're just finishing up this one, and then we are getting to all your suggestions. So thank you so much for tuning in. Well, so yeah, let's put that on the burner, as it were.
The what? Which one?
No, like, here we go.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it right now.
Oh, you are? Excellent.
Yeah, I saw Jacob starting around.
Ted, you've been reading comics, right?
I have.
All right.
The one that stands out to you.
Tom Flogman.
Hi, Tom.
Awesome. Behind the scenes guy says that he would like to see an evil composer who forces his victims to sing his music or be subjected to horrible torture, which is more of his music.
Well,
Are we sure this isn't Ellie on Tom's account? Tom's younger sister.
Maybe.
that
That sounds like an Ellie idea.
we could combine him with the Spinmeister.
They team up with each other.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're like evil villains that have similar type things, like when Star Sapphire and Sinestro team up. It's kind of because they have similar powers and everything. That's why they team up. So those two could team up because they're like, hey, you're a music-based villain. I'm a music-based villain. You know what we should do? Rob a record store. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, stereotypes.
Or like hold all of Carnegie Hall hostage for millions of dollars at a big concert while we perform a concert on stage as threaten to torture them. So
Yeah. No, we could. But then they get into a fight because one of them says that dubstep is in music.
yeah, there's like
So
he doesn't realize that the
Or just
Spinmeister
things
is electronic music. He's like, electronic music? Oh, it's such an assault to my ears! Viola players, get him!
We're on like a massive dubstep kick tonight.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. Do you have
I
a?
didn't even like dubstep that much.
There's another fun one to play with would be the idea of a villain. It says idea for a villain: fracture, an unassuming man who with keen intellect and vision can pinpoint the weaknesses and structural integrity of anything, including weaknesses within other people.
It's kind of like Samuel L. Jackson in Unbreakable.
Yeah, I like that.
Good reference.
I think this could be someone who definitely sort of information broker sort of guy, where he has a bunch of contacts and everything, and so he knows sort of the weaknesses of, I don't know if anyone watches Sherlock in the season 3 Magnuson, where he kind of knows the pressure points of everyone. But this could be someone who kind of is really good at reading people, figuring out exactly kind of what your weakness is, knows how to find someone who can tell you about him,
Mm-hmm.
and just sort of can I?
Yeah, he's kind of
sell
like he literally, that's his power, but he doesn't fight with it. He's an information broker to the highest bidder.
Right.
So and Dark Cop could have used him in the past.
Oh,
Before,
right.
maybe.
That'd be interesting.
That'd be a tie-in, but also but then maybe we could. I'm thinking of a great storyline.
Yeah.
To where he always keeps his finding him.
Mhm.
You never meet with him directly.
Mhm.
You always work. He's like the shadow broker in the Mass Effect universe,
Mhm.
where you never meet him directly. He has agents out because if anyone were ever, say, a Death Side, were to get a hold of him, he just hold him hostage and torture him for information.
Right.
So to stay profitable and safe, he's always on the move, working through different agents.
Mhm.
Or we have something where his location is found, and there's a race between, say, Dark Cop, Power Kid, Glyph, and Corona have to get to him and save him before Deathside gets a hold of him.
Yeah. Or another way to also, it could be, or that he, just as sort of an alternate, is that he is in the open, but since he knows the weakness of everybody, he kind of just has that as blackmail. But he won't do anything about it unless
He has something set up. If anything happens to him,
Mhm.
everyone's weakness will go out to every major media source,
Right.
like TMZ. He's like, if something happens to me, I have 17 terabytes of data about every superhero and villain in the world that will go directly to TMZ,
Mhm.
or whatever the Super Academy World equivalent of TMZ is.
Yeah. No, I really like it. And Fracture, he'd have a normal name too, but Fracture is kind of his
He could. Well, it could be his last name. He could be.
Is Fracture last
He could be. It could be. He could be Max Fracture.
This makes me think of Matt Fraction.
Yeah.
Yeah, he draws clock
Yes. Draws or writes,
I
think you're right.
You're right, that's right.
Yeah, I like.
which is really good. You guys should watch
Yeah.
it. Read it. It's so good.
I'm sure we can have Fracture be last name. And
Yeah. Vincent Fracture at your service.
Yes,
You could
Vincent.
be you could be British.
Mhm.
Maybe from Manchester.
Mhm.
But he should wear kind of like the casual, like the fake collar dress shirt that has the faux collar dress shirt with a pair of suspenders and a really nice long trench coat.
Mhm.
And he has like a cane that has a little computer sensor that he can like press to send data to anyone or communicate with it. So it's a piece of high technology that he uses as well. Maybe when he opens it up and it has it's a holographic computer terminal interface he can use.
Mhm.
So he like flips his giant cane up. Anywhere he's at, was like, I can do that for you. He flips it up and he's like, the data is sent to your file. And he goes and then he just, walks off. Everywhere he walks, his freaking trench coat kind of flows.
Mm.
Like, there's no wind. How's that happen? like, he knows exactly where the tiniest gust of wind will be for traumatic exit.
Yeah, definitely. I let's when those ones are
Yeah.
done, I definitely want to do him. No, great suggestion.
I would cast Chris O'Dowd to play him. In this series, because we're a little more comic bent. So maybe he'd be Irish then. But
Beyond the Pale
Yeah, that's
Studios.
not- okay.
I believe this is a.
we have Astonishing Adam. Alex finished up. He has a sweet mask with a giant A on it that looks kind of Ozymandias. He has a little bit of Ozymandias going from Watchmen and the costume. And he's showing girls which way to the gun show. Because he is very full of himself. So it is like, I like the idea of Astonishing Adam being very oblivious to the fact what his power actually is.
Mhm.
I love the idea of Dark Cop knowing exactly what it is, and Astonishing Adam doesn't believe him because Dark Cop did something to him that pissed him off in the past.
He would. I imagine a scene where it'd be like from Toy Story, where he's like, "I can fly," and like he just gets really lucky and bounces everywhere.
Or he flies, like jumps off like scaffolding, and they're like, no! And like his shirt gets caught on like a crane winch, and he swings across, and, kind of like Mindy and the dog in Animaniacs. As a silly puppy, and like the girl's like nothing hurts her, and the dog's trying to save her and keeps getting hurt, and she just like can walk through like war zones and stuff unscathed. Pretty dumb luck.
This is I believe a new person. Beyond the Pale Studios.
They've been watching the whole time.
Yeah. I like the concept of the self-esteem related power, guy, girl, person. Depending on their mood, they can affect
Who's honest?
I'm sorry. This is sort of recapping.
They're coming. Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
I'm liking that too. So, the fact that you're called Beyond the Pale Studios and you're talking about self-esteem makes me think you could be Jim Gaffigan. If you are, you should give us some of that sweet Jim Gaffigan money. And Jim Gaffigan's a really funny guy too.
Yeah.
I read your book. That is fat.
I own your book. I
Yeah,
read it.
he loaned it.
Yeah, then
I
you-
just said I read it. I didn't make credit
Hey, what?
for owning it. I'm a fat dad myself.
I thought this was kind of funny because it went along with Slothmaster, but the villain who makes things so boring and easy for heroes that it's not worth it. Call him the boring naked. Love playing Trivial Pursuit, counting blades of grass, and collecting shoelaces.
He would be the nerf herder.
So Kyle, you may need to be our in-betweener here.
Oh, sorry.
So I
This
finished
is-
Molecular Girl.
Yeah.
I had a little more trouble trying that one, but very prim and proper.
We
A
got
little more
Fracture.
Victorian as suggested. She's got her goggles in one hand,
He's
and she's got this
the guy,
projection
the
of
information broker who knows
a
everyone's
molecule
weakness. And I
there.
thought of him as being kind
Of course.
properly
She has a sweet
dressed
stuff.
with a big trench coat and like a cane
Yeah.
that has like a big computer at the end that you flip over as a holographic display.
Oh,
Okay. I think. Cool. He's from one of the British Isles. Definitely very proper. Oh, actually, you know who should play Fracture? Sting. I would cast Sting as Fracture or David Bowie. Bowie. Someone knows David Bowie. Get him to be in our show. Let us know.
Also get in on some of this.
Oh, there is a lot.
I'm going down in order, so.
Okay.
The next one is
Oh, by the way,
Alex is drawing Fracture.
the,
We have enough to pick and choose some of the best ones.
Okay.
Just saying.
This one's fun. Quick draw. A hero who is a stoic cowboy of few words, face covered with bandana, dressed like Clint Eastwood, but best reflexes around, expert marksman, and shoots energy from fingertips like a gun. So,
This
Actually, the ginger
I
snap video.
wrote a character when I was in school for a comic who was called Trick Shot. And he had like crazy perception. Had like a thing that made his perception really, really good, so he could precisely narrow in on everything and fire with guns. So that's pretty similar to something I've done in the past. Cool.
Ted, by the way, it's easier to read the comments if you click the view all comments. Should be at the very top. They'll if it's just reading all the comments, that's an easier interface.
Cowboy, that's
Makes me
very.
think of a Clock King.
That cowboy is also very similar to Vigilante from the DC universe. He basically does that. He's a modern. He shoots regular 6-shooters instead of laser beam shooters. Very similar to an existing. What are some of the other ones we have?
a negative dark cop called Light Civilian.
We've already done Twilight Constable, so
Well, not yet, but that's the person. He's kind of like a dark cop fanboy.
yeah, maybe we've already done like a dark cop kind of like clone that's kind of lame called Twilight Constable. This we've done. We want to do stuff we haven't done. That's all. If we have time to get to all this, we will get to all of it.
Echo, who can send out and manipulate sound waves to distract and attack foes.
We already did a sound guy. Let's do something else.
The guys who draw have to be into drawing. I'll come up with a backstory for anybody.
I just don't want to draw the same thing twice.
Yeah.
That's all.
An evil fellow by the name of Soup Woman has canister of boiling hot soup on her back. Web shooter type canister rigged up on her arm. Usually poisoning soup, stealing recipes, boiling people, etc.
I feel like I kind of have to draw this.
Yeah, okay.
I think Alex would draw it better than I would. But, oh man.
It's like Betty Crocker gone wild.
Mhm.
Like, not that kind of gone wild. But
So what's this character's backstory, gentlemen?
Okay, so
I'm kind of picturing like
okay,
a
so
lunch lady.
so
who
30
got pushed too
years
far.
ago, she was a lunch lady at Super Academy. All right.
yes.
And working conditions were a little harsh in the Reagan 80s.
Mhm.
And she and the other lunch ladies tried to unionize
Mhm.
the Super Academy lunch staff.
Mhm.
And the
Keep going.
and she was put down by then dean of the school, corporate man toy,
No.
or corporate enforcer, who was sponsored by Pepsi personally, and started what they called the kitchen wars, where eventually, this is a superhero universe, where the lunch ladies were forced out, or they were just forced to take a less salary than when they tried to unionize.
I mean, these are superheroes, but you know,
They're superheroes, but I mean, they are, it's still a, the university's got to make money, and during the 80s, the good guys were often, Reaganomics, as long as you were fighting the commies, that's all that mattered, And so good people got left by the wayside, like the soup lady.
Mhm.
And, there's two ways she could have done it. She could have gone to another university who was more, maybe a liberal arts college,
Mhm.
and they already had a union and all, but no, she decided to use her powers to make delicious soup for evil.
Delicious soup for evil.
And she figured out a way to superheat the soup and launch it in pneumatic tubes so it would scald people's faces off.
Mm.
And
Meet my
yeah,
prepare superhero.
yeah, it was like time to load this baked potato soup up.
Okay, one of these we won't get horrible puns. But there's
No.
no way we can't.
No
do
chance of
puns to
that
a soup
happening
person.
tonight. Unless they hit me over the head or tranquilize me, that ain't gonna happen, folks. So if you came for a pun-free evening, I apologize. That ain't happening. Pun-free environment. That doesn't happen here. I think. So yeah, she was spurned, and it could be that ooh, twist, because Super Academy is good,
Mm.
the corporate dean was actually a supervillain in disguise who had actually taken over the original corporate man and was posing, and it caused the whole kerfuffle in an attempt to discredit the Super Academy. And then that's maybe one of the first times Valkyrina, when she was early in her superhero days, younger Valkyrina, like helped foil the plan, maybe when she was a student in the 80s, and then get a better, more reliable dean and bring Super Academy into modern day with good unionized lunch ladies and everything like that. Really fair, good paying working conditions, if not unionized. And but it was too late for the soup lady. What did we end up calling her?
Just the soup lady. I
Yeah.
think.
We can come up with something better. Lock, stock, and barrel.
And on that note, see, there's a bit of a conversation going in the comments for suggestion. Okay. There's like some comments that are kind of having a conversation right now about a suggestion. You know what that is? Want to know what that?
It's your job to watch the thing.
Well, I don't know what you said about the comments earlier, like some message board or something.
See all. There's a see all button you click. You can see them quicker.
I see no see all.
Well, whatever.
Something about a pro wrestler. If you're already looking at it, you might as well say it.
Okay, I just have to go back to the beginning where it starts.
Well, I was trying to go
I'm
in
not
order,
sure. I'm gonna, yeah.
and then
I don't. What else would we call the soup lady?
I think just soup lady, really. I mean, that was what her job was. She wants people to know that's where I came from. I could have been on your side as a soup lady, and now look at what you've made me become.
I just imagine her like, I don't know how Jake's Rhino, like she just has these like double barrel cannons hooked to a big vat, and she just pulls over her shoulder and just like. It's kind of like the Condiment King in the Batman animated series. Yeah, the ketchup and mustard guns. Real thing that happened. By the way.
Yep.
Wow, it's really going quick.
All right, we've got Fracture drawn here with his glasses that help him see all probabilities and weaknesses, his supercomputer cane, and he's well dressed for a gent on the move.
Okay, an old pro wrestler wants to relive his glory days, and we call him Hulk Hogan. I do like the, but also another suggestion.
I don't like
But
called what Kogan?
Hulk Hogan. But also, he was DJD made the suggestion that he was a communist also during the glory days. So he's a wrestler, but he also wants the glory days of the Cold War.
He was a he's
Zangief.
guy?
What?
So he's
Yeah.
Zangief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
from Street Fighter.
Or if not Zangief, he's Ivan Drago.
Yeah.
Who was a boxer, I know, but
Yeah, no, I like a Russian. Yeah, I like kind of basing him around Drago. Kind of thing.
yeah. Comrade Crush.
Amar Whimsical. No, that's
Yeah.
Russian.
How about just the Iron Curtain?
that's
That's his name.
Oh yeah, no.
So, and to get back, he's not just a pro wrestler anymore, though. He, with the help of one of his former Soviet engineer buddies, that Soviet engineer has developed an exoskeleton for him that increases his strength and reaction time. So he has punches that are, can crush iron and everything. So and he goes, since he's Russian, that's what he goes to name. So he has kind of this, kind of like in the movie Elysium with Matt Damon, where he has the exoskeleton kind of sewn into it or screwed into his body and everything, but maybe not as gruesome as Elysium. A little more, maybe it's something he can step in and out of, like climb into, kind of like the power loader in Aliens, but a little smaller. And that's his he's just a big old muscly guy in his like 40s or whatever.
Oh.
He couldn't compete anymore until he got this exoskeleton.
Okay. Yes.
I think he'd potentially be a villain.
Yeah, no, definitely. By the way, Soup Lady's all set.
Soup lady. Just of that.
So
We
ridiculous.
were talking about the Iron Curtain.
So yeah, I gave her the giant vat of soup on the back.
Old Russian professional
She's
wrestler
screaming and
and an
double barrel
exoskeleton
blasting
like Matt
the
Damon
soup
Elysium.
out of the two
I think it's
tubes.
called it's
inside
a
of her
Russian guy,
wrists.
Iron Curtain.
I gave her a hairnet.
So I'm thinking
Why
we should
not?
have like
Yeah.
possibly be wearing like wrestler shorts with like the hammer and sickle on them.
Sure.
Possibly.
Has anybody backed us? Yeah.
Remember, if you want the physical copy of any of these,
We are kind of passing up on some of these. If you want us to do it and give us no choice, give us money and we will draw and come up with a story with whatever. I'm happy coming up with stories, whatever, but these guys have to want to draw it. So as long as once they give the thumbs up of drawing it, I will swing a crazy backstory with them.
There was a suggestion for a dark rookie. Could be the mantle of a failed sidekick, so an embittered ex-sidekick wanting vengeance. And then the idea of a failed group of sidekicks banding together in this series. Maybe coming as like
for
a
evil.
either evil or it could be good. Could be like a
So kind of like
Nobody's
Sky
really
High.
sunk into a sidekick role yet because everybody's kind of still in school. But Parker is a freshman.
well, it could be.
That's basically the plot of the movie Sky High. Because they're all hero support, as they're called, or sidekicks. That's literally what Sky High is. Which is a good movie. You should watch it.
What we could definitely do is, if you guys have some suggestions for sidekicks or something,
Yeah.
and we can kind of make
Then we can make a super force and give them a name for them. I mean, we came up with one of my favorite characters. The last one was called Scout. And he was a non-traditional student. This is someone in their 50s going back to school. He was a sidekick from the Golden Age, say like the Korean War era or even World War II, and had a pair of sneakers. It was probably a costume for the period. It was being worn by a 50-year-old man. You guys have something to draw.
All right, we are back.
Thanks for sticking around, everybody.
We tried turning it off and turning it back on again.
Yeah, we don't know what happens, but it didn't seem like it was on our end.
And just restarted everything. It seems to be.
So while we're away, we are working on one of this earlier.
The Iron. What was this character's name?
But it was better than that.
Yeah.
Want to brainstorm it.
Super strong. Prefers to try and go old school.
Mhm.
Do I want to tie in an archery name or just call him Medieval Max?
Well, so what's it called when you like hold a bow? Is there a special term for pulling that?
Draw.
Yeah, I mean something that just has nothing to do with because strong draw. Drawstring. That could.
I'm pretty much done with Iron Curtain.
Oh, perfect.
Sweet. I love this. He's got kind of like a Soviet era Iron Man suit with the most ridiculous foot attachments you could ever imagine. It's awesome.
It's kind of a Baryshnikov meets Iron Man thing. So like you can kind of fly around and then it's kind of on point. So he has like a hammer and sickle on his feet.
You see this, Jacob? It's
Yeah, it's so
amazing.
good.
I don't know how we do that costume, but it is awesome.
Cool. Thank you guys for coming back.
Yay! Thanks for being here, everybody.
All right. We have another one we want.
We still need a name for this dude.
Oh yeah. I like drawstring.
Drawstring?
Yeah.
It makes me think of sweatpants.
Fair point to Kyle.
Suppose, but I like the idea of just string because he's a really buff guy.
I guess.
Stringy is usually associated with tiny guys.
How about because you knock arrows? What if he's just called Knock? Because he's like a big buff guy. They usually have short names like Hulk
Actually,
or
we have because he's impatient and he's like his, he's super strength. He chooses an arrow, so his name shouldn't have anything to do with what he does. So he should be like Fire Blast or something. I shoot arrows.
Trigger finger?
Quick Service.
Or something with ice.
No.
Wait. I think you're going way too non sequitur there, man. There's something we need to get. Come up with a name. We got to come up with something for Alex to start running too.
We have a lot of, especially during the lunch lady was a suggestion for soup lady.
She's already done.
Okay.
Super.
Granny. All right. Soup some.
Oh man, that's great. I wish that would come up earlier.
Lego Maniac. I like Legos, but can we use Legos? Can we call
Blockbuster. That's his name, and it was not copyright infringement. But he uses Danish-made building blocks and weapons made out of said Danish-made building blocks.
I'm
Or no, sorry, this is it's a side thing, so it's Swedish-made building blocks. And his name's Blockbuster, and he makes like giant Harley Quinn like hammers and stuff out of Legos and everything to fight with, and like he can make vehicles, and maybe he can use he has telekinesis just over the blocks, so like the blocks someone can break his thing, he can reform them into a wall or something too.
Oh yeah, and he should, but he shouldn't talk. Just sort of like it's kind of like the Lego game sort of thing, where they all paint.
They do talk.
Yeah.
In Lego Batman 2 and Lego Avengers, they talk.
Really?
As well as the Lego Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings.
I think he got his powers. He was on a tour of the block factory in Stockholm, and through an unfortunate accident, he fell into the vat where they were melting the plastic of the blocks. At the very same time, a freak bolt of lightning hit the factory, charging the vat of block liquid that he fell into. Instead of emerging melted and everything, he emerged with this deep connection to the building blocks and the ability to control them with his mind and form weapons and everything with it.
Knock.
I love this character, by the way. Knock. Yeah. So we had
Totally just grab your soda and drink from it.
How could you? That's disgusting.
You can have one.
So yeah, he's a buff guy, and his power super strength, but he
I don't really care.
saw greater
It's
potential
about
in
the same.
using bow and arrows.
We'll just share our diseases.
Okay.
There we go.
I'm not currently diseased, so I'm jolly.
If you want to,
6 and fire CG.
yeah.
And that is expensive.
So right
So,
now,
yeah, the short answer is
budget
no.
we had.
If we had raised, like 25 grand or something, sure.
And we still have 7 days. If
Yeah.
someone wants,
Open up those
Someone feels like
checkbooks.
throwing in, a couple grand.
Yeah. Yeah, to pay an effects artist alone would cost $500 to $800 just to do the effects for maybe 2 minutes of on-screen time.
Like
Not even
30
that.
seconds
Yeah.
tops.
So
some guy named Chris Peck says he likes the Little Wolf poster.
Oh, thank you, Chris.
you should back us again there, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said that you should have a character based off of him with the ability to show up late. Yes.
Okay.
Show up late
With the ability to show up late.
and wear inappropriate hats and hot
Okay.
weather.
Well, we need to describe to the audience who Chris Peck is. though.
Chris Beck is another local
I'll do a
filmmaker.
quick doodle of Chris Beck.
Okay.
And he wears a red stocking cap everywhere he goes, even if it's 94 degrees out. So he kind of, especially in the summer, he has kind of that wet dog smell, especially when he takes his hat off. And he's he kind of he kind of looks like Kevin Smith if Kevin Smith was an uptown hipster in Minneapolis slightly. But he's slender for Kevin Smith. Like Chris is built like me. Actually, I'm a little chubbier than Chris, so it's unfair to call Chris chubby because I'm like, if Chris is chubby, then I'm, well, let's not go there. But he's typically bearded and hairy.
He wears Hawaiian shirts.
He wears Hawaiian shirts a lot.
And a red stocking cap.
Yeah, so he's kind of imagine like a half man, half Wookiee, wearing Hawaiian shirts and red stocking
But
caps.
just adorable.
Yes, adorable. Like the kind of Wookiee, yo Wookiee.
One of our, by the way, backer rewards is you become a character in Super Academy. So
yeah.
you want to be you as yourself. So based on that, what would be Chris Peck's superpower?
I think his superpower would be able to capture people's souls in his magical camera. Since he is a filmmaker, I think he should have found an antique 16 millimeter film camera that he found in an ancient Chinese man's antique shop in like Chinatown of New York. And he said this magic camera will allow you to track your enemies and put them in your own movies. So he's kind of villainous, like he's like, I want you, and then he traps people in the camera and then makes them, so like if he does Jurassic Park, he's actually making people get chased by dinosaurs.
Yeah, no one can ever find they if they ever find the actors just like, because their soul is gone.
Yeah, their soul's
Because
gone
they're
and they're just
actually
sitting
in the
there.
film.
So when he captured Nick Cage, no one ever knew because his soul was already gone. He was just so batshit crazy and everything. And Nick Cage, since he was already self-aware of all this and without a soul, he described everything that happened and no one believed him and just wrote him off as crazy again. So you're kind of making Chris Peck into a bit of a villain there, but it's like,
Chris Peck is an urban legend.
So his magical Chinatown 16 millimeter camera of soul trapping, but it's a very creative camera. His films have won many awards. He's a darling of the indie scene. He's won the Palme d'Or or whatever at Cannes multiple times, but none of his films have made money. He's critically acclaimed, but not a profitable filmmaker. But he always finds some fancy French art investor to give him enough money to make another movie. So he's always able to make movies, but he never actually becomes rich. And eventually he sells out and makes Garfield 3.
Oh, wow,
with Bill Murray, which fulfills a dream of Chris Peck's to work with Bill Murray.
All right. Yeah.
We went too far with Chris Peck there, but it's pretty great.
We have another one.
Yeah.
A sidekick named the assistant who always tries to give the heroes coffee.
So the intern, basically.
Bean Boy.
The coffee. He's a villain. The coffee is delicious, but has a powerful accident in it. And the only way to defeat
coffee
him
itself is already a powerful accident.
The only way to defeat him is to offer him tea. I don't know. This was like combined effort here.
Yeah.
Can I put in a request for female characters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a suggestion much earlier.
Yeah, I did one earlier.
Well, many of these can become female too. Like, actually, this is
Later,
I think we have a new person watching, an Asian Geek FX character that wears silver that can reflect all forms of energy called Disco Ball. Weakness is terrible at stuff, and so that we can make that female too.
Disco Daisy.
It can be Disco Doll. Or
Disco Doll. Oh,
you know,
that's good. Disco Doll.
I meant Disco Ball, but
Disco Doll. That's pretty I kind of like that.
possibly.
She could have her. I think she could wear bell-bottom pants and travel around on roller skates. We're going the full '70s disco theme.
Yeah,
And then
just as flashy and noticeable as possible.
Yeah, flashy, noticeable as possible. Everywhere she goes, disco music's playing, and no one knows where it's coming from.
Maybe.
She just comes around. You guys hear that? And just hear that bass line?
I love always having skates. And,
Yeah,
we,
You like my Chris?
just 1 second, and then continue on that.
There's Chris Peck for you as one of those.
That's the kind of thing we can do for you if you back us.
Yeah.
Because Chris has backed us.
Yeah.
Chris Peck was one of the cinematographers on Fanning Talon also for several episodes with me.
You did 2 or 3 episodes.
He was there for part of 5 and 7 as well.
Yep.
Yeah,
So,
but,
yeah,
you know, just and then
the disco doll.
should she talk like from the 70s, like 70s dialect or?
Like she just
Or
use
disco.
70s slang and everything, like jive, man.
Mhm.
It'd be like the jive interpreter lady on Airplane.
Okay, so
I speak jazz.
so beyond though just being able to reflect, because that's sort of a defensive power situational. What would
Yeah.
her?
She can compel people to dance, disco dance. She blasts it. She can repel the energy and then channel that energy into pure dance. She can infect people with dance fever.
Say that
She
again?
can affect people with dance fever, where she reflects the light, blasts them, and it compels them to dance. So she compels them to dance. So if she wants to say trap a villain who's trying to rob a bank, she just like makes him do the shuffle until the cops arrive.
You want to? Or once we do the next one, we'll put an extra light on there just to make that more seen. I like also, but just a sort of weakness. Like she would have to keep dancing while doing it. So
But it's easy. She's
Right.
on skates.
Exactly.
She just keep moving. And
Right,
and
but-
everything.
so
She's always dancing because she's on skates.
yeah, no, I like this. I think
Yeah.
can we make this one? Character?
Disco doll.
You want to do that one, Alex, or is it a lady character?
Yeah, I'm almost done with the
Blockbuster.
Oh.
Um,
I do think Alex is more suited for disco doll. I think he would be much better than
I don't know.
all right. Do we have any other lady? Well, we can do any characters top as a lady. So.
Any
Agua, a water elemental that mainly serves as the janitor of the school.
This sounds mildly ethnically sensitive. I just say
what
that
are you trying to say? That people who are janitors
are of minorities.
Janitor is actually
Yeah.
technically a derogatory term for it. It's custodian.
Custodial engineer.
Yep.
Schrodinger, a girl with cat ears. Her power is to look adorable, and her weakness is that she can't harm other people. And if she's in a box, you can't tell if she's defeated or not.
Oh, that's too meta.
I do like though someone who's like super indecisive, or it's like, yeah, I think I beat him, or maybe I didn't.
Oh, I totally beat him. Maybe I did it.
Mhm.
He was totally evil, or maybe he was trying to save those kids, or maybe he was trying to eat them.
I mean, if we use this character, it would just be someone just for that joke. Like, I don't think there's really much more we could do. Yeah, how's that go? It's like you're either dead. Yeah, I'm not sure how you do, because like people would have to. The problem is people would have to know, and once you know it, that defeats the Schrodinger.
Schrodinger.
Maybe she might
I
succeed
spent
or
most
fail
of my
if
one
you don't.
psychology class in college playing Minesweeper, so
That's a psychology.
Yeah, I think we need like several psychology degrees to create this character.
I took it in high school too. I got a liberal arts degree.
As soon as I said it, I was just like, wow, I'm an ass.
I think we need a couple more degrees before we can get to Schrodinger character.
Maybe a few more of the names or ideas.
Okay.
We just got whatever stirs our creative thing, we'll jump in on it. It's not that any of these are any worse or better than others. It's just we want to be able to come up with something good. If something doesn't hit our creative minds to make a spark, we don't want to make something just like here's a random superhero.
Again, we can also come back to it where.
Yeah, absolutely.
There was a suggestion for a tailor to the superheroes and villains who doesn't take sides, just loyal to whoever pays him. But then someone said that they thought we were going to have a costume making class for heroes behind the scenes. So,
Yeah, we have discussed that. Could be the instructor, the costume making professor. So that could be a guy or a girl. I'd almost prefer that being a guy because it's stereotypical that a woman would make costumes.
We had Shadow. She could be with one with the darkness. Her weakness is light and very antisocial, more so than Dark Top. Which was going towards the one villain we had decided, or not decided, but thought about, the
I'm gonna
Emotep.
I'm gonna have to also shut off this computer, so it's all up to you, Ken. Well, I mean, if we did that, I kind of want to do a character who's like is trying really hard to be all dark and shadowy too, though.
Yeah.
Like, I'm one with the darkness.
Ooh, are
Like
those jelly beans? I mean, I hate candy.
Yeah, like he's trying to be like super cool and
There's a
everything.
picture of Blockbuster.
Who has a dark and mysterious past.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
AKA an accident in the Stockholm, Sweden block factory.
A bunch of these we're gonna repost on our next Kickstarter update,
That's
by the way. So be sure to stay tuned to our Kickstarter.
I just
so you
like,
can
I
see high
feel
res.
so, like, so crap in comparison. Everything you turn out.
If you guys want us, we can mail that to you. Just $15.
$15. Yeah. Oh, we just gotta scan it in for the art book.
We'll be including this in the art book as well as some from the previous live stream.
This isn't letting me change camera views. I can't change the camera view. It's being weird.
Just a second.
Oh wait. Alright, I think I got it now.
Okay. I keep getting up and then.
Hopefully everybody can still hear us and we're tuned in.
And these
I'll
will be
just kinda-
custom leather masks.
Yes. So whatever shape.
None of that cheap felt stuff from China.
It's not like most places that have masks like this, especially on Kickstarter, are typically closer to like the $100 or more price point, and he's going to give you one for $60, and that also includes everything from what level?
From the commentary level.
Yeah, you get a full digital download of the commentary and the soundtrack.
Yeah, before it's released online.
Yeah.
1 month before original episode.
And one of the collector cards as well.
And the thank you line.
Yep.
So awesome amount of stuff for the price of $60.
So if you want to start this goes off.
Yep.
And do you have another one, Ted?
PC Man, who uses his computer to solve crimes. His arch nemesis is Apple.
I don't think they'd let us do
I
that.
have a
So
feeling
Justin Long and John Hodgman.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we could do that.
That sounds like a lawsuit waiting to happen.
A villain who can be any animal he wants to, but has to change back when people say what it is.
Yeah, his name would be Menagerie.
Disappointment.
Menagerie. That would be his name.
Okay. Yeah, and would you intentionally do obscure animals so people
Yeah.
would be able to?
But yeah, what the hell is that? It's like a cat. I don't know. But Dark Cowboy, it's
Capybara. Damn it!
It's an ocelot. It's an ocelot. Oh crap! It's a tapir. Just like you do it more and more.
This could be.
What did you have to be, or what if you had to be very specific? What if you had to come up with the actual scientific name?
Yeah, like the genus.
Yeah, genus and species.
Species.
So Dark Hop would be his ultimate like thing, but everyone else would be like, "Well, it's a tiger." But they're like, he's like right up like while they're getting mauled. It's like, I don't know the scientific name, you know.
Yeah, maybe he started out with it was originally like I'm thinking of the history here. It came out as like originally you had to the actual name, but then that got stale, so they increased his power a bit. So now you need the full scientific name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, that could be also like an educational episode where at the beginning of the episode they're like, "This is animal trivia," and the characters are like, "Ah, that's not important." And then there's a villain who's only defeated by animal trivia, and it's like, "Oh man, if only we had listened to that class." And then they learn at the end that was important all along. I think it sent a very positive message, tie into the whole school.
It'd be like the episode of we were on like the network. I'm just trying to pull up Waffle comments and stuff on here too, guys.
I got some more here for you.
It'd be like the episode if we actually had a PETA violation or like an animal safety. We'd have to do like it's like a community service episode.
Yeah, but then they'd be fighting. Oh no, they wouldn't fight the animal because like we can beat him. No, we can't hurt him. He's a helpless animal. And we have to turn him into a horrible human so we can beat him up.
Or someone's like, I'll just change him to a fly and then whack, and we just end it really dark.
Oh,
Like that.
I
The
thought.
darkest timeline.
Would you like that? Do that one?
Menagerie.
Or do you want to?
Would I just be drawing an animal?
Oh yeah, I guess.
Or would I be drawing the guy in his costume when he's not an animal?
Probably the guy when he's not.
I think you should have like a clipboard with like all the animals on it, or like a book, and like a safari hat.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So a pith helmet, if you will.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, definitely.
We've got the silencer. His power is to take away audio. His enemy is the rocker.
Looking.
That would
I'm having trouble remembering exactly what the pith helmet looks like. I can sort of picture it.
I'll Google it for you.
I think so.
Or a character who just makes things silent.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of like a sort of inverse of some of the other sound guys we made earlier. I mean, that would definitely make an episode easier to shoot.
The silencer can partner with the DJ.
I think their goals would be mutually exclusive, wouldn't they? The DJ and the silencer.
Yeah.
Um,
I can't use my powers around you. I can't use my powers around you.
that could
I
actually,
hate you.
if we want it, this could be really good if we want to do a gimmick episode where it's like the silencer is taking away all the sounds, and now everything's sort of physical and stuff.
Yeah.
Trying to communicate with each other. And then there's a power outage for some reason, so you can't text. I don't know. We'll make up something on. Why would that? Whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyway, and so yeah, they have to learn to work together without speaking.
Why would we care about bad guys? Or will we do our? Good
I meant
guys
to be
team?
good guys.
Yeah. Possibly.
Yeah.
We give Alex an idea, and I picture something in my head.
Mm.
And then he
Feels way
goes,
better.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, so he would. Yeah, I imagine he like literally sucks the sound into a thing, and then maybe he can shoot it back at them.
So you have like a magic vacuum cleaner.
Yeah. Except it'd be like in his hand. It'd be cool. It'd be like, wow. Definitely, we wouldn't need to rent as much sound equipment today.
We have. You ready for another one?
Sure.
Glitch. He makes electronics go haywire. He has no loyalty. He just does it for fun.
I think actually I like the idea of sort of being a neutral thing because it literally would be a glitch in like reality or something. It'd be like the sort of missing no of the universe.
Is there a glitch superhero in like the Marvel or DC universe, like a minor mutant or something?
Probably. But I think that could be really cool. It's like they kind of, jittery around. I mean, we might if glitch is taken, we might need to change the name. But I think we could do like a lot of sort of glitch effects when they're nearby. Things kind of go haywire. Attacks don't really work as well because it's like not fully physical and everything. Yeah, Okay, so maybe it could start with like someone, like just a normal guy, maybe a programmer or whatever, and he was hacking, and somehow he did something you're not supposed to do in like the laws of physics that the laws of physics didn't cover or something, or just like an error.
What if he's just called 404?
Maybe.
Maybe that's what he wears like across his chest.
Mhm.
What if he wears like an all blue, his blue screen of death, an all blue suit with just the number 404 on the front? He just kind of goes around kind of like a chaotic Riddler type character, just like that device and that device indiscriminately.
Well, I'm kind of thinking like sort of a thing whose like powers are kind of going out of control. It's like they're not trying to glitch everything up. That's just, just causing problems and everything. And everyone's trying to help. Some people are trying to help, and some people are afraid. It can be kind of dramatic in that way. Have like sort of bad audio when they talk too.
Yeah.
Kind of. If you touch glitch, weird things happen to you.
Yeah.
That kind of goes with something someone else said earlier. It was like a bad luck kind of person. If you get touched, you have bad luck for 24 hours or whatever.
Like maybe if, like kind of your outfit changes or whatever, or even maybe your powers get shifted around. That could be interesting. Like again, like if you touch glitch, just something changes, or it just shifts with something else that's nearby. I think that could be I actually really like this character. I could definitely potential for something. So when people are done with that, if someone might be interested, glitch.
I'm like thinking like a skin tight kind of Fantastic Four kind of suit, but with like but he has kind of a crazed, haggard look about him. But he's just maybe he was a lab experiment that went wrong, and so caused it. He's still wearing like his experiment number 404 suit, or case study number 404, and it's just all blue because of the blue screen of death.
What if his costume kept changing?
Ooh, like it like we got really digital. Like it would just kind of fluctuate.
Yeah, I mean that.
What if you got pop-ups?
I mean, we wouldn't.
On his costume.
We wouldn't. I mean, just because it'd be really. We wouldn't do too many, but like maybe. Every time, depending on who's around or something. Or if someone touches, he gets their costume. Or, yeah, that could be. Yeah, no, I like that.
He gets elements of their costume.
Mm-hmm.
Like if he stood near Glyph, he could get Glyph's cloak, and then he gets too close to Dark Cop, and Dark Cop's mask appears. Mm-hmm. He's like, stop it!
Mm-hmm.
Ryan.
And of course, then it's up to Dark Cop too, using his computer. But Glitch or 404 is just kind of freaked out by Dark Cop.
Yeah. I like the idea is like that's just a nickname. He's just like patient 404.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I like that.
Escape from like a technomancer's like lair or something.
Mm-hmm.
He's neither good nor evil. It's just someone they almost have to save.
Exactly.
Because they're like out loose causing all this havoc, and because they just like escape, kind of like Weapon X, they don't know what's going on. And it could be a real plot point to hinge on what they're like. Depending on what they do, he could go evil or he could become an asset.
Right. Theatrics might be interested in him too.
Yeah, like more from the original X-Men animated series.
Okay, we have another one.
Disco Doll here. There's the picture.
I'm really excited for Disco Doll.
Oh Lord,
is it amazing?
It's pretty fantastic.
Dude, what do you want to say? What do you have to say for yourself?
Oh, that's how you know it's good.
It's magical. It's magic. I don't know how you would ever wear that on your head, but she does it so nice.
I just wouldn't want to have a bad head cold.
This is my mask.
Of course, that's anyone with a mask. Can you imagine being like Darth Vader, getting like a sinus infection?
We have Party, the teenage girl who has transforming abilities but can only change the personas of the three voices in her head.
All right, we got Menagerie here.
Maybe.
I kind of
say that again after we show this one.
Yeah, I kind of like. There was one.
Sorry,
just
I gave
before
him
that.
the board, and I got a hand string to tiger, and got a pit helmet with a little bird on his shoulder, and then I gave him job purse.
Of course.
Because I love job purse.
I like before we got to the party or whatever. I kind of like the one. There's a villain called, I don't know if we'll change the name, but I like this power, who tells the heroes stories that makes them go to sleep.
Happy Mother's
Lady
Day.
Bedtime.
Mother News.
And she does that. They wake up all tied up and everything, and she just delivers them to death side, or almost like she's a neutral bounty hunter. Like she can show whoever will pay her, she'll like corner them and read them a story that makes them fall asleep. When they wake tied up, and she just delivers them
Yeah, she could be like
to like death side
be
or
like-
the super cop. She's like a
an old lady who just sort of tells like, I remember back in 1948, and I was going with my brother.
no. I think they should be almost like dark or dastardly, but they still kind of was like, now I'm gonna tell you a story about the tortoise and the grasshopper. Hey, isn't the tortoise or the? I'm going to sleep because my brain's trying to think of this. No, it's the tortoise and the grasshopper. And the tortoise worked too much, and the grasshopper made fun of him. And then they were racing to get the heart. That's not how the story goes. This is like excellent, dearie. And then everyone dies in the end. And she just like slams the plate shut. And it's like, and then she just starts pulling rope out of her mouth like, Mother Newts is coming for you.
Oh wow.
So I imagine her kind of looking like you know Granny from the old Tweety cartoons.
Yes.
Like clothing and everything, but with like kind of a more sinister. With like kind of a more, maybe she wears like a real sinister
what you're
pointed
working on
domino.
Oh, I was working on the other one. I don't remember the name, but the scientist or something.
Oh, the glitch 404,
Yeah.
Okay.
patient 404,
Should I do that or use
Mother News.
Let's do Mother News for now. I think.
I'm thinking she looks kind of
Sounds too
like
fun.
Yeah. I think. I think for glitch we would need to use a digital effects to do it justice for pixel art.
Okay.
Okay. Do we have a?
Yeah, I'm gonna go back to the party.
Thanks
Our
everybody
party.
for being here
Yes,
once again.
thank you very much.
Yep. The teenage girl who has transforming abilities but can only change in the personas of the three voices in her head, and then they elaborate. The voice one is a boy who's a sword fanboy and picks fights because of it. The second one is an antisocial woman who can't stand cutesy things. And the third is a shy boy who is passive.
Sounds like the United States of Terra. A weird TV show.
Mm.
I was just about someone with mental illness rather than a superpower.
That would probably be free drawings. So probably not just so we can make sure to get to everybody.
Yeah.
We can get if we get through everyone, or if you make a
You guys
pledge,
want to
we
tackle
will
that? Yeah.
we will make that next thing that we draw.
I'm sorry, the next one?
Ooh, I like this one from DJD. How about one of the professors at SA? She moonlights as a villain, comes with crazy schemes based on that day's lessons in order to teach students in like practical applications. So today she's teaching how to fight quips and quips, or the other day is like how to fight contraptions or how to fight telekinesis. And then maybe she has maybe it's her power, she has a technology that can simulate any superpower, and she comes up on the scene as a new supervillain causing terror, and then make sure the students are the first alert so she can practically train them. But no one but her knows that she's doing this, but she always managed to escape and not cause too much damage, and the students learn a powerful lesson.
I actually kind of like that idea. I mean, I think I think we can.
A lot of that was I took the little nugget
Okay.
of
I think we can combine that with
information
another suggestion as well, because I like someone can like constantly be changing sort of who they are.
But she just does it at night. Like during the day, it's like she's like this strategy or some kind of just she's a tactical genius. She used to be a member of the League of Justice Nation League, or whatever back in the day. She was their tactical expert. Now she's teaching tactics and whatever. I think what she's debating, some kind of like technology to simulate other superpowers to test students. They don't know it's her, and then also maybe the administration doesn't know it's her.
Yeah, I think the administration wouldn't know that.
Yeah, so she moonlights as a villain, but not to cause supervillainy or for personal gain. Like she'll start robbing a bank with the power, but she'll make sure the students are alerted so they can learn how to or attempt to foil the bank. If she does somehow steal the money, then the money just ends up at the bank the next day.
Right.
She doesn't want to
What
actually
kind
do
of
anything.
aspects can I incorporate? into
Yes.
that?
Do you have some other?
Be able
Yeah.
to simulate any power.
To a point, yeah.
Oh, I see. What was that?
What if
Quantify?
What if
transformative things are difficult to put into?
Yeah. What if the professor herself wears like a lab coat?
Well, I was thinking let's maybe go through some of these suggestions because if she's playing another character, we could combine it with if people have other suggestions or. So let's put this away, and if we see a really like a good suggestion that we really like, or that we could incorporate it back into that, I think would be really great. So we will come back to this character.
Okay.
Once we find a good
It
one.
could be played by different characters. They said different people, different actors.
It's hard to draw one then.
Right. But I'm just saying. Yep. There's got a couple silly ones here. A villain who can be defeated by rock paper scissors. A grandmother villain who gets mad at her hero grandchildren and attacks them with hard candy.
You can also give us serious ones as well.
We're
Serious villains.
yeah, I'm trying to go through these. A character that is so attached. The character's called Blast. A character that is so attached to their blasters that they can't remember who they are when they are apart. So I kind of imagine the idea of someone who's like, they're kind of. It's almost like Tony Stark, kind of where like they're not a superhero unless it's they're in the suit or something like that, or they're not. They're not. They're not powerful without whatever they're using. I guess something like that. I don't know.
Like laser blasters. I mean, we could have someone which is like two giant, like has names for this blaster, like which is a Calvin and who's the I can't remember the philosopher. Not Calvin and Hobbes, but something else. Or maybe Calvin and Hobbes. This is Hobbes and Calvin, my
I
blasting.
thought you were going to say like Kelvin, like blast hot.
Oh,
Or cold.
yeah, no, that works too.
There's also Feint, a villain that can control turn into paper, can fly around and almost turn invisible by turning the paper's thin side towards you.
Like a 2D villain. What's that character? From the Great Lakes Avengers. There's a guy who's like flat and can do that.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know. I mean, he's like, they call him the less impressive doctor. Mr.
That's great.
A hero who wants to be the best but keeps failing at every try but won't give up no matter what.
So Powerkin. Hey!
That's what I thought when I saw it.
No, Powerkin's a good guy.
Deathside's
counterpart, a live corner.
That's fantastic.
Congratulations, you win an internet.
This is in the anti-dimension.
Blackout causes all the electronics to go down.
Work. Yeah, I mean, it could be someone. I mean, basically, you use EMP waves.
Just blackout.
Yeah.
Is that the name?
Only when they're in. It's kind of like what Batman does, where he like fix the thing and turns out all the lights. Like that would basically be his power. What if? Oh, and he's trying to create a machine that can black out the sun.
For what purpose?
Because.
Curiosity.
Well, then his name would be Eclipse.
Oh,
It
yeah.
doesn't have to do much with blackout.
Because then he could black out better. Because the sun's
What if
out.
blackout
Counterpart
can
to
absorb, not uncontrolled, he can also absorb electricity where he was at and uses it to like for some kind of personal gain.
Yeah, he's kind of like Infamous.
Yeah, kind of like Parasite,
Hmm.
where Parasite absorbs powers.
What if we combine that with sort of like an Iron Man deal? It's like he needs to absorb electricity from Earth or something.
Or you just and maybe a little Galactus element as well, where you just must keep feeding.
Or at least,
Kind of like Electricity.
Mhm.
Ultimate Electro.
Yeah, no, definitely. Or at least enough to needs to keep absorbing to keep his powers at least. Yeah, depending on how sympathetic we want to make
And
them.
then the more power he absorbs, the more powerful he gets. So he gets near a big like metropolitan area transformer, sucks all the suddenly he's blasting power kit halfway across the metro area.
And there should be a thing where like if he absorbs the power from something for some reason it has trouble turning on again.
Yeah.
Like through techno science.
Yeah.
Like magic science.
Science.
So do you want to do blackout?
Yep, I'm doing it.
Awesome.
Oh, Mother Noose is
Great suggestion, you guys. Thanks for tuning in.
I think Mother Noose is going to be in my nightmares tonight.
Once we get into the last 30 minutes or so, we'll begin to sort of recap some of the best ones and decide who the winner is
Yeah.
for being in the series.
Right now I'm leaning towards
Charlie
Mother
should be
Noose.
here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have a new artist coming in, so we'll be able to do
catch
even
up on
more
some more.
at once.
I'm really leaning towards Mother Noose now.
Mhm.
I was liking Phosphorus Jones as a student, but oh man, I really like Mother Noose. I have to get an elderly lady actor, but sure we can find one.
There was a suggestion called The Gamer who controls people with a video game controller, making them do his deeds. So, like the movie The Gamer.
Mhm.
To this date, he has yet to be seen. And Blue Dragon 5 says he'll be donating the last day. Also, Thursday we'll be doing some reviews and promotional stuff for the show on the So You Want to Be an Imagineer channel.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm not. If you so if you wouldn't mind, just we'll look it up. If you want to write that down, Imagineer.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
Put a link to it.
thank you very much.
So John King made a character called Anarchy Blade. His power is to launch blades at 6.5 second intervals.
What's the significance of that?
Does anyone know? I personally.
Sir.
I do like someone that would give us an excuse to use all the swords.
We do have.
What about his power is he keeps creating swords, and he can't he makes a new one every. He doesn't know what to do, so he keeps throwing, or just dropping them or whatever, because he gets a new one.
Well, what would he be called? Do we have a name for him?
Anarchy sword. And you can say it like really dramatic.
Anarchy Sword?
I am Anarchy Sword.
It's spelled Anarkey Blade.
There is a guy in Batman comics who is Anarchy Anarky, who is a psychopath that controls computers. He's not my favorite character, but
I do like having a sword villain. I don't think we can. I can't unless we want it to be like 90s Dark Age comics.
Yeah.
Like, have him be a hero. Anarchy Blade. Yeah, I see the city. It needs to be cut down.
yeah, like an Azrael kind of guy.
Yeah.
Right.
I like a Highlander.
But yeah, no, he collects the rarest and most powerful
Yeah,
blades.
you guys gotta see Mother Noose.
Oh,
It's
God,
gonna blow
I'm
your
so
mind.
excited.
Okay, we'll get back to this in a second.
Mother Noose. I like the
Holy
chain.
crap.
She has chains behind her that are floating. I like the idea of her having like sentient chains. She
So,
controls.
Do you want to talk about this?
Oh my god. So what did you do to the droid? What cues did you take?
Basically she's really nice until you fall asleep kind of thing, I guess.
Or you get sleepy?
Yeah,
She corners you where you can get away.
pretty much. And just I don't know, just anything where there's floating.
I like the idea, like, you're running from her and she's just slowly walking after you. It's like, dearie, I want to tell you a story. Or you're like running and she just
Or
like,
her rocking chair is just like
yeah.
hovering after
Well, I like the idea, like
she
just
never
slowly
leaves the
walking.
rocking chair.
Yeah,
She just kind of
I almost like the
glides
idea too that
very
she's
slowly.
walking with a cane, and she always just like Jason or Michael Myers always seems to catch up with a slow pace. And then once you're finally like in a room you can't, all of a sudden she just appears with a rocking chair. Where'd the rocking chair come from? It's like now time. She has this like really creepy looking book, this little dog eared, like maybe leather bound in the frames. Time to tell you one of my stories. And she licks her thumb. and then opens the page. Oh, this one about the fox and the scorpion. Like, what? How is that a story?
No, definitely.
Say hello to my children. These chains come up like almost. Oh man.
Yes, my dad.
Oh, tell him that one. That one's truly terrifying.
Anarchy Blade though maybe he goes and steals the rarest blades in the world and tries to duplicate him.
He steals antique. He just uses them.
Yeah.
Yeah. What if he just like steals as many historic blades? Like, oh, there's an exhibit at the Museum of Ancient Katanas, the 16th century Japan.
And he can only be beaten by another blade. Any other kind of attack because of a prophecy.
Yep.
So it's just like it just happens that everything
So
they
what
try
kind of
doesn't work.
demeanor? So is he gonna wear like
Mine's
ancient
gonna be
armor,
like
or he's gonna wear modern clothing?
I'm thinking like the black trench coat, like
Kraken
sunglasses.
from Secret Warriors.
But if he's Anarchy Blade, I think you should almost have like an asymmetrical kind of mismatched
Oh, I
look
see.
for his clothing.
Actually, I like armor.
Yeah. Well, like, what if he's wearing like conquistador breastplate, but then with like modern cargo pants,
Mhm.
you know, and then like the little two-toed ninja shoes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, 'cause then he has like a crazy like Lord of the Rings orc pauldron with spikes coming out of it too. On top of a conquistador, and then he has like a very modern leather glove with lots of straps with that he holds his swords with. And he holds his swords with. And then an eye patch.
Sure.
Got some more stuff here.
And underneath the eye is a cyborg guy because he's chaos. I'm gonna keep going crazy. I'm like a Hollywood
Would you
executive.
like to do that one, or are you doing?
Anarchy Blade.
Anarchy Blade. I'll do Anarchy Blade.
Okay.
John said that he had made a picture of Anarchy Blade,
Oh.
but we're having trouble
Yeah,
attaching
we
it to.
tried to and just for people, just because of YouTube's thing, posting links doesn't work for some reason.
Keep spammers away.
Yeah.
I mean, you can try maybe if you put a space in between each letter if it's a website. I don't know if you can send them as attachments on YouTube.
Amy suggested a hero who gets more health with more whiskey.
I do like. I have that.
Whiskey Jack.
I always
Whiskey
have
Jack
thought of like a hero who's gets stronger the more drunk he is, but it's kind of like he's kind of like uses sort of like the bar brawl to his advantage.
Drunken
Like he
brawler.
gets more and more loud, but it's a balance because if you get too drunk, then it's like I'm thinking he even has like bottles with different numbers on them. This is a level 1 whiskey. This is like.
This is a
Level
single X whiskey.
He's like, I can't fight him on Wild Turkey. This is Blackout.
Yep.
This is the one who can absorb electricity, put it into its suit, makes it so the equipment doesn't work anymore, and he gets
So
more
it's
powerful.
currently sort of like conduits and stuff on him, so you can absorb stuff through it. And he's got like little panels on his gauntlets and on his stomach and chest for absorbing current. Little electromagnets.
This is stuff. Okay. I got some really good suggestions here. World on Fire is an entity with extremely powerful telekinetic entity that wants to destroy the Earth, and the heroes and the villains have to work together to defeat it.
Phoenix.
Phoenix.
Yeah,
Essentially.
Phoenix.
Lily and Leah, twin heroes or villains. Lily is very outgoing and hyper, but very emotional, which feeds into her power to heighten select emotions in people around her, or those she chooses. And Leah is an emotionally detached girl who has the opposite effect to where she dulls emotions, making them apathetic.
My idea is the one that makes people apathetic.
Mhm.
Like she turns on her power. Like I can imagine if she was a hero, it was like just have like the punster going, I'm going to paint the town red, and he literally has buckets of paint, and then she just comes over to him, and is like, you don't want to do that. He's like, no, I don't.
Makes me think of the flamethrower.
Yeah.
Mystery.
And she'll just be like, hey, the town red, it's so cliche. You should just go home and watch TV. And he's like, I'm just gonna go home and watch TV. And he just walks away from the gallons of paint
Yeah,
and everything.
but it's more effective the more whatever the opposite, like non-apathetic you are.
Yeah, like the more energetic or into something.
Yeah, so
someone
it
is,
wouldn't
you
work.
just
And
suck.
so Dark Cop is like
Like,
unaffected.
yeah, Dark Cop's completely immune to her powers.
Uh-huh.
It's like I don't care about anything except justice, and justice you cannot quantify with emotion. So I imagine her like she has some kind of like indie underground punk band T-shirt and like a mini skirt with like black stockings and boots, but then she's got like a really sweet domino mask. With,
Yeah,
like,
if you had a
points
domino
on
mask,
it.
anything, it's
Yeah.
a superhero costume.
And then she just kind of walks around with like long black hair, just kind of curling it like in her finger. It's just like, yeah, you don't want to do that. That doesn't sound like fun.
What would be an apathetic superhero name or villain name?
Meh. Have you met Meh? What? Wait, did you just no? No, it's Meh.
Can it just be like Meg, but spelled with an H in it?
Yeah. How about Hot Top?
Or it could be an acronym. It could be an acronym. Also, when we just never say what it stands for. I like that.
Misanthropic, ecto, hyper. This was very ecto, hypernaut.
Hypernaut.
What? We want to draw Meh. Her name, like I think you said Leah or Lila. That's like her name, and then her superhero name is Meh. Her alternate identity.
Creatress the Dreamer asks if you guys remember her character that trips into other dimensions. I have suggested her last one.
Yeah.
That was. Yep.
Yeah.
No, it was accidentally keeps going to parallel universe or something.
There's another one here. A hero who thinks that all anime is real, and every time he cosplays, he gains that anime hero's power.
Oh wow.
Oh.
We originally, I think, when we were thinking about this, like we were thinking of like an anime hero or something, and then I think we thought, there's enough with it. Like there's comic book bringing in like anime too.
I just always feel uncomfortable. Like I love cosplay. Cosplay is amazing. Like whenever I'm at a convention and somebody is just like in character the whole weekend, that kind of freaks me out a little bit.
How would cosplaying work in a superhero world? Like, would it be the same or?
Probably not.
The best. Just like
What if they just like dress like doctors and like construction workers and stuff? You know what I mean? Like, holy crap, that is a sweet
like,
geologist cosplay. Holy crap, you even. Is that a seismograph? Holy crap, great prop!
yeah. Halloween parties are
Did
just
you get
like
that
full
3D
of doctors and lawyers.
Yeah.
And, like,
Nurses, and like,
yeah.
but not
I'm
sexy
a
versions,
businessman.
like the very boring versions. Where you, holy crap, I've been wanting to do a chartered accountant costume forever. How'd you pull off the slide rule?
Out of cardboard, duct tape.
Definitely. That's we'll be up all night thinking.
I kind of
about
like
this
this
now.
one. Gloop. We may come up with a different name, but I like the power of
Brilliant.
villain. A villain that is made of gooey substance that can fit anywhere and or harden himself
I'm in ooze.
Yeah. To battle. So kind of like a, just like a malleable, like like silly putty man. Like that as far as what he can do. Silly putty can like form itself up. He can like break, like shoot shards, like sharpen shards of himself and throw it and everything.
Oh yeah.
But he could also like form himself into like a fairly normal looking human being, but would kind of look like a mannequin too, because he's made out of like this plastic type substance.
I'm thinking like a dude made out of liquid.
Yeah,
Like
almost like
sticky, viscous liquid.
yeah, like what's that? The mud villain in Batman, kind of like that.
Clayface.
Clayface, kind of like that, just like an amorphous blob that occasionally has a face, but the face can appear different. Like what you think is an arm getting ready to punch you, the face comes out, and then where you thought the head was just like punches you really quick, and just like a very hard. Like Dark Cop can't fight him because like he has no discernible anatomy or weaknesses. My punches are useless,
Oh, definitely. I could definitely
And then Phosphorus Jones finds some kind of solvent that he just throws on him that makes his molecules fall apart in the field.
Oh,
Or like
Okay.
ink from Batman Beyond.
Yeah, kind of like ink, but more like, I don't think Gloop would, I actually Gloop's not a bad name.
No, I
would
think-
move nearly as, like ink is very fluid and everything. I think Gloop is more like silicone putty.
Yeah, it takes a while.
You know, like,
shift.
he's amorphous is like more of a encroaching dude than a fast like ink from Batman Beyond.
Okay, so Jacob's working on Loop.
This one's ridiculous too.
And if we have any also from any new people as well.
Which one are you looking
Um,
Meh. This one's ridiculous. We don't have
Okay.
to draw it. Hero is an ordinary, mild-mannered pizza man by day, but at night his pizza becomes alive to help him fight crime. So I imagine like a pizza with arms and legs. Like I almost imagine that the guy is even just incompetent, kind of like Inspector Gadget, and pizza just does everything, like Penny and Brain
yeah, what,
and Inspector Gadget.
what did he? Yeah,
He just had lots of gadgets.
Right.
And he caused enough distractions so the kid and the dog could solve all the crimes.
right. I think they probably want to make like a show about them. It's like, yeah, Inspector Gadget.
Well, you can't get the catchy theme song.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
da-da-da-da, Penny and Brain. There you go. Da-da-da-da, Inspector Gadget. Every kid's singing it and buying the stupid toys.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a tangent. But yeah.
Charlie's almost here.
Do we have any new artists coming?
No.
Um,
He'll come in at the end, but he'll get a couple drawings in for us for sure. He does really cool stuff.
When Owen gets here, I can just go and you guys can keep streaming if people are so interested.
Yeah. I have to go into work and people.
Okay. I think walking pizza might be a little difficult to film though.
Oh, but it's a ridiculous. It's fun. It'd be
I
fun
know.
to put in a comic.
Let's see if maybe we can get like a more serious character, or unless there's one that's so good that you gotta.
Yeah.
You saw the Guitar Hero one, right?
No, I didn't see that one.
Someone asked about a Guitar Hero. Good fan words, but it's some sort of hard rocker or shredder that can manipulate sound waves to blast people or maybe fly.
We have done a bunch of sound heroes and
Some
villains,
music
so
bass.
I do like having a rocker character though. Oh, that's fun. What?
What do we need? I wish we had like.
I love that she's wearing pajama pants still and slippers. She couldn't be bothered to put proper clothes on.
Who's this one?
That's
Nah.
meh.
Meh.
The way when she gets around people, she just makes them apathetic instantly. That's her superpower.
So this is one of the twins.
Yeah.
Oh, they were twins. What was it?
There's two of them. One
One
that
that basically makes everyone cheerful.
Oh.
Counters that. They're kind of a yin and yang. I just like the idea of meh.
Yeah.
It was like it'd be great to have them in class, like they show like the history of superheroes, and then the car kid's like, "That was awesome." She's sitting right next to him, she's like, "It was okay." And car kid just goes, "Yeah, it was just okay." And he's like, "Why did it happen? I like that." It wasn't that great. No, it wasn't that great. Stop doing that. We could do the Pizza Hero easily if we did a puppet. And there is the amazing puppet company here in the Twin Cities that does some really fantastic.
I guess.
a character that can manipulate kinetic energy to launch things or stop projectiles, which doesn't Corona do that already?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
already have a character. We already have a dubstep character we made earlier. He's called the Spinmeister
Or Wub Wub.
or Wub Wub, alternatively. And he does force people to dance to dubstep or at least blast them with the drop.
Yeah.
He drops them. Make the beat. Sorry, Beastie Boys, anybody?
Here's a silly one. A hero can turn into a boulder and roll around, but can only roll in the direction he's facing. He has to change back to human to change directions.
Maybe we could call him like
Like
Seaball or something. It's like he launches himself as like a thing
Yeah.
and like keeps rolling.
And he's bald, so he hates it.
Yeah.
Cue ball. There's Q.
Uh-huh.
That's the letter Q. It's QU.
Yeah. I like it. Has like a little mark on his head from
It's a little green like felt marks on him. I like the idea of like a character that can make himself big and roll around, like turn himself around, but he can like it's like he's just moving straight lines, hit something, he has to get up and hit again. So I almost call him
could be sort of like a linebacker type character.
Yeah, kind of like that. He's just like
Charlie's here.
Yay.
call him Strike or Striker, like a bowling reference if we wanted to.
Alright, I get it.
Galoop.
Oh,
Welcome.
this is Charlie.
I'll make space for
I
Charlie.
finished making Goop there. I tried to make him kind of like scary and gross, big goopy tentacles and stuff.
Yeah. Alright.
You can have my seat there, Charlie.
Oh,
I'll work
sure.
behind the scenes again.
Hi there.
Whoa.
Hi, Alex. Been a while.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Pretty good. How are you?
I'm okay. So, I just came from dinner. Yay. Thanks, nice.
We've got the sleeper.
This is
Oh,
Charlie,
yes.
everybody.
Charlie.
Charlie is the co-creator of Kitsune, of Fox's Wolf we mentioned earlier.
You wearing a shirt for it right now, or is that
Kind of. This is one of the T-Fury shirts that a friend of ours got us after we started doing that project.
nice?
So, boxes. It made sense.
He was also a very talented illustrator. So, yeah.
My God.
I like this one. A hero shoots lava out of his beard. He's called Firejack because he looks like a lumberjack.
Oh my god.
And he was just an average, everyday lumberjack back in the 80s,
Uh-huh.
working near Mount St. Helens.
Okay.
And then when Mount St. Helens erupted, he bravely shielded a bunch of school children with his own body.
Mhm.
But in a solar flare came,
Right.
hit a bald eagle in the sky, and reflected the solar flare into him at the same time the lava from Mount St. Helens hit him, and doing it with superheroes only on his luscious ginger beard.
Very to share with you, Charlie, we had Chris Beck earlier.
Chris Bass. Greatest superhero ever.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi guys, I'm here to help you with
I
your
We also
job.
had a chromatic Kyle, who's the super villain version of colorblind Kyle. And we had Soup Lady. And,
Well,
Alex drew Mother Noose.
Mother News.
She was
my
a
God.
nursery rhyme themed.
Yeah, she
We'll
reads
let you all
your
know
stories that
about
horrify
that.
you and send you into an instant nightmare incapacitating you.
So I love all of that for the. So I can't add anything to that backstory. So someone wants to take that one.
I'll
All right.
lava beard this.
Firejack. That's
Firejack.
Firejack.
We have
This was the image that John sent, I think, for his
Sword guy.
sword anarchy blade. It's a
Uh,
little blurry.
can't display it right now, unfortunately. It's
I don't know if we can
can't
show
link
it. Yeah, we can't link.
but thank you for sending.
Yeah.
On that.
I love Imager. Imgur. I'm on Imgur right now. Haha.
What else we got?
The animal vision can be like Captain America's shield, but sentient and able to move. How about, here's one, I'm from they talked about a guy who works with Pizza Man that fights with Chinese food. But what if he's a villain and he's called Wonton Destruction?
No.
I know your secret proclivities. I know the puns you tell to yourself when no one is watching.
Yes, come on.
No.
I'm making an executive decision right now.
Someone must draw a wonton destruction.
You can. I'll give you a sheet of paper, Kyle, if you want to do it.
Let's see if we can get a villain in here.
Mm-hmm. Well, that one, I just gave you one.
Well, yeah, but you know how it is with wontons. He just wants another one.
No crime is too low main for him.
Oh my god!
Ooh, a character whose hands can melt anything, but can't turn the power off, so he has to wear super oven mitts for the rest of the time.
I think this is
Hot hand. This has devolved into
yeah.
goofiness.
Power down a villain who can trigger EMP blasts, both electronic and biological. Like seizures.
Yeah, blackout.
Blackout? Yeah.
Um,
Someone said
I could
that
draw a guy with
since there's
some
been a lot
mitts.
since there's been a lot of
I have to make him
Samas.
look really tough and then just like just have something.
And they have to have like
What if
cutesy
Mother
flowers
Goose
on them?
had some sidekicks that are like children's fairy tale story, like an evil Humpty Dumpty?
Grumpty Dumpty.
Yeah. It's like this evil egg that just like he just hit Mother Noose's muscle. Like after she lures them to sleep and chains them up, he just carries them around. He's this giant scary egg with like overalls and a crack going right down the middle, like he has a scar in his eye, but there's a crack in the shell.
And or he could be like a just big burly guy who has that like kingpin, I have no neck or chin thing going on.
True that. He could just be Crumpty Dumpty. He could just be a really big, muscly
And
guy.
he has like an egg-shaped design going on.
Yeah.
Just
got
like-
egg on your face.
Did you mention the sleeper?
I thought you were an egg.
I'm sorry.
Did you mention the sleeper? A hero who goes to sleep to figure out how to beat all villains in her dreams. She works at Super Academy and is the main strategist at the school.
I like maybe the idea of a person whose powers only work when they're asleep. Maybe like creates like a dream self or something. I think that's been used by some of them, but whatever. You know.
Freddy Krueger.
Well, I was thinking.
There's also
Dr.
there's a
D
superhero.
and
Mhm.
Dr. Destiny in Batman universe
Yeah.
too does the same thing.
But yeah, I like it. And so it's like, you know, but if you get woken up, then it's like, it could be id dream. Sleepy time. It's a work in progress name.
Is this a child or
I don't know, it'd just be a person, a normal person.
just children?
How about a child as a hero that goes to the school? Is it one of those people who like was so super smart? You know, they just passed like the normal. You know, like I can't remember the name. There's like a couple people who've done that before.
Yeah, maybe just the dreamer or just the sleeper or something. And like the cape would be a blanket.
What about like
So and they have eye shades.
you
I'm
could
going to sleep.
you could go referential and go like beautiful dreamer, something like that.
Oh.
And then you have like beautiful dreamer as the name, and then it's like a completely unassuming person, and then their dream avatar is just like either
Or
beautiful
just-
or terrible.
It just cuts to them sleep and they're just sprawled out,
Yeah.
open with some drool coming out.
That'd be super.
But
I
inside their avatar,
Right.
they're like flowing hair, Fabio looking, you know.
Yeah, I imagine like and how it would work is like, you know, like on a scene where, you know, there are a bunch of robbers and it's like, I'm gonna shoot you, and it's like, I'm not if I time for me to beat you, and then she or like just take out a blanket. What's it? And then the avatar. appears.
you gotta be quiet.
Okay. And they're just kind of looking around, and then like they get owned by.
Thank you.
I like that a lot. Yeah, beautiful dreamer.
Anthrax can emit a gas that paralyzes people.
So what? I thought anthrax just makes like your skin melt.
It's pretty
Alright.
good. Anthrax made sweet heavy metal.
Or it was a castle full of very, very sexually procureless nuns.
Yes.
No, that was Castle Perilous. It was far too perilous.
Someone said that.
I'd want to do Beautiful Dreamer when we have that opening. I think it'd be really
What
good.
if
So
that-
what is everyone drawing right now?
Right now I'm working on Firejack.
Firejack with a lava beard.
Yep, with a lava
Jake,
beard.
what are you working on?
I'm doing Oven Mitt Guy.
Oven mitt.
Whatever
We gotta come
whatever
up
Put
with
that
a name.
petunias. Put big old flowers on his on.
What are you working on?
Beautiful Dreamer.
Beautiful
Oh.
Dreamer.
The dream avatars
Oh,
could
there you
account. The dream avatars could account for how she copies villains' powers.
I like the idea of her having like dream guardians too, like fantastical creatures that go with her and defend her. Like she could have like a big brute that's a muscle,
Mhm.
and then like some kind of like ranged,
Mhm.
like that would all have to be. That'd be sweet if we had the budget to like animated sequences for that.
Yeah.
Someone have $1 million. Please.
DJD said that what if the Super Academy professor who moonlights as a villain actually sleepwalks and she commits crimes to teach her students when she takes naps and stuff. Not quite sure how that works, but
She doesn't realize she's doing villainous stuff.
I mean, that would be a different sort of angle with it, where it's where it could either be, she's aware of it and she is becoming a villain, and maybe it's a more subconscious thing, or she's literally doing it as a lesson.
I honestly, the guy with the oven mitt smells. His name should be Double Boiler.
It's even better that you're just like a voice right now.
This is terrible. I love it.
I think, yeah, we can sort of look at just if we end up using this character, like what the best way to do that would be, sleepwalking or regular. Yeah, no, we can definitely.
Amy's drawing the boil hand guy. Jesus as well.
Oh my god.
Boil hand guy. I'm guessing that's what you're working on. That's what Amy's drawing.
we got the historian, a hero who goes around time trying to fix all mistakes, but each time they fix something, it hurts them and starts to tear their body apart.
So here's the philosophical question: is it a mistake if you're fixing it?
Oh.
Yeah. So maybe like.
Ben just got him.
What
So
if
what if this person is actually using a historically inaccurate textbook, but is assuming that everything in that is accurate?
he's written one written by like the Texas Board of Education?
Yes.
and
like,
or some other, Republican-controlled state that just,
He
censors
goes back in time
facts.
to fight
things.
against the advancement of
Yeah.
the knowledge of
Yeah.
evolutionary progress.
Yeah.
I think I like the idea of like, because like he thinks he's all right, and
His
he's like,
history book only goes back 6,000 years. That's all the earth.
and but so he's going around. It's like they said I was wrong, but I'm gonna make it all right, and then I'll get my job back. They'll look like idiots, or something. And it's like you're changing the time stream for that. Yes. And like he won't do anything else though, unless it was a mistake he made. And so then you could have.
What if he can only affect things in his own timeline? Like, I really wish I didn't eat that sandwich this morning.
Mhm.
He like goes back and doesn't eat that
Well, it
sandwich.
depends if we want to do an educational episode.
Well, depends if you want to do an educational episode versus a Groundhog Day episode.
Well, I already know what his name would be. Footnote. Be a footnote in history.
I like it. Yeah, no, that's actually
Because everything he does, he's trying to change major events, but his curse is he's only able to do minor things.
Mhm.
Like he can't stop Hitler, but he gets
You can give
Hitler
Hitler
not to
pretty
use
bad
this
heartburn.
swastika, or not. Yeah. He just like the day he was gonna go on a he was gonna order a bombing of a city. He gives him mild heartburn, so for one day that city doesn't get bombed.
Or something along the lines of like a day that he was going to give a really impressive speech. He like slips something to Hitler, which makes his throat sore. So the speech is only moderately impressive.
right.
Delayed the invasion of Poland by 2 days is what he managed to do that day.
I have a really fun villain idea. The storyteller, or insert by name, whatever you think, who has the power to break the fourth wall and take control of how the episode goes by writing it down on a mystic typewriter.
The Bard's Tongue, special power.
The Greek chorus.
Nice.
Ah.
Yeah.
Nerdy.
This would. I'm thinking a very Bat Knight-esque character. He's like a fan of Super Academy or something. Everyone is. No one knows what he's talking about, and just trying to he's trying to make Super Cat a fan fiction. He's trying to make his own fanfic.
It's like, oh no, I love this part. This is the part where I came in and saved Power Kid. Where you did what?
Yeah.
Where did this guy come from?
And it just gets and just slowly gets more and more out of control and everything.
And everyone slowly gets more and more annoyed with his self-insert character.
Right.
I like this one. This one comes from Tom Block. What do we name this dude?
So this one. So sorry,
Double boiler.
Double boiler.
And then sorry, just a minute.
Yeah.
And then so it could be like, and he's like he'd be like a fan though of all the characters. He just
Looks like Mr. T.
I
pity the fool who can't open his oven and wipe his own butt.
So yeah, there's double boiler. They're trying to make him look really tough, and then just have like foofy oven mitts.
We can compare
just, like,
yours with Amy's when she's
energy
done.
shooting out the back.
I like Tom has one. If we're gonna break the fourth wall, why don't we have someone that can fight the bad guys by manipulating camera angles and everything? How about we just call him the editor or post production?
Well, because
Oh.
Tom's
he's just able
idea-
to where is he? And all of a sudden he's just like, how did you get that? It's
Tom's
like-
idea was a stagehand, a very competent superhero who, due to the fact that he always works behind the scenes, never gets any of the credit.
Maybe. I mean, I still I think we could combine him with sort of this Greek chorus thing where it's like, he's a fan of the show and it's like, and he wants to make his own show, so he's also like sort of editor on Windows Movie Maker.
This is what we're doing with the
And-
storyteller, the Greek chorus is the modification of the storyteller. Adding things to it. How about just the narrator?
Well, then you wouldn't be able to see him though, would you?
True, I guess the Greek chorus does come out on stage and everything.
So that could be a thing. Is like the only way to stop him is to find him.
I think for modern though, it should be like a trio of rappers, like nerdcore rappers that change the story by like the rap at the beginning of Robin Hood Men in Tights.
What if? Oh my god!
Yo,
what if
yo.
it was? Since it's like there was that idea about like a person whose power was like using editing cuts and that sort of thing, and if you wanted to blend that in, what you could have is what if it was these guys who were fans wanted to do a fan production, and then they didn't necessarily realize their powers were affecting it. And what their power was they would have these story meetings, so they would be like the direction crew.
Yeah, no. Dark Cop should use, this here. And Dark Cop, though, the gear keeps changing in his hand. What's going on?
Oh, yeah, these could be, and they're like sixth-dimensional beings or something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but they just look normal. They just have like bald heads and weird stuff.
Yeah.
A really dickish watcher.
Yeah.
it's sort of like if Mixius Fit worked in Hollywood.
Hollywood producer.
Got another suggestion for the Eternal, a villain who is immortal but without purpose and suicidal, promoting a running gag of our heroes saving him and eventually talk him into attending the academy and becoming a hero.
So it's kind of like a Vandal Savage with no aspirations for world domination. That it sounds so he's just kind of he's tired of being immortal, and he's tried to kill himself multiple times, and he's just never succeeded. And after a couple superheroes at one point start saving him, and he's like, it wasn't even necessary. I just do this to feel better about myself. I just occasionally throw myself off a bridge. And then I swim. I walk along the bottom and go up.
But don't do that.
Yeah. He can't.
You're not immortal like this guy. The public transit system is there to be ridden, not jumped in front of.
Sorry, continue. We had to legally say that.
Yeah.
I can dig it. Though that would be an interesting line you could have. That it's like, one of the greatest days of my life was when the public transit system was introduced, because then I could just walk outside every morning when I got tired of it all.
Yeah, just very dark.
Absolutely terrible.
We have Valkyr, a fabricated human engineered for war by a secret government agency. She broke out and looks for a place to call home. She accidentally meets and fights the heroes because she looks evil.
Kind of like the what's the robot that Ultron made that eventually joined the Avengers? Vision, kind of like Vision.
I was thinking like Zeta from Batman Beyond.
And Zeta had a show too.
Yeah, the Zeta Project.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you not know that?
No, I didn't know that.
It got canceled like after one season.
Well,
It got like 6 episodes and
Oh,
it was
yeah.
canceled. I think there's only like 10 or something.
to be fair, Freakazoid only had 2 seasons that were canceled.
Oh, it had 3
Yeah,
seasons?
I miscounted.
Yeah.
I
I have them
watch
all.
the 3rd season again.
Well, that's half of Community. I'm sorry. Too
It
soon.
is
Too
too
sorry.
soon. It hurts. That's not coming.
I don't.
This is crumping.
Just lose it.
We've got the Power Pirates, basically Rogue from the X-Men, but pirate themed.
Yarr.
Yarr! That's exactly what he said.
What kind of backstory would we have for a character like that, Kyle?
That was suggested by Tom, by the way.
What X-Men
Finish your drawing.
is it like?
Stuff, man.
Rogue.
I'm working on it. I'm
So
trying.
like
I want to
able
see
to
this
suck
dude.
other people's powers?
This
mean,
is
that's
basically
that's
Rogue
what I
from the
have so
X-Men, but
far.
pirate themed.
Good.
The Power Pirate.
Like a power sucking pirate.
Yay.
So
Slow as shit.
You got another one here, Kyle.
Sorry. No, I'm slow as shit. You started that after I got here.
I'm Spartacus.
I'm Spartacus.
So what are we looking at here?
Beautiful Dreamer.
Beautiful Dreamer.
Not this one?
Oh, that's the other twin who was super.
Okay,
Oh,
so
we have a double.
Yeah.
You made 2.
so this was the other twin.
the happy twin to go with Matt.
When they get together, it's.
Does that mean if we end up choosing that and we cast it, we have to get a single person to dress up as both characters?
Maybe.
And then this was the Dreamers, right? Yeah.
So
Yeah, her. She has like a dream. Of a
So
dog.
it sounds like if they wanted like Rogue and X-Men, they have the ability to steal other people's powers. But they do it like
Pirates steal.
pirates, stealing. Like they buckle swatches.
I
Relinquish to me your powers.
like.
What?
I like.
Yarr!
And so I like the idea of them,
upon me,
instead of them being innate powers, like I think instead of them being like powers innate like Rogue, it's some kind of device or maybe some ancient gem they got while seafaring. Yeah, a doubloon, a cursed doubloon.
That he found in the sargassum.
I was on a Carnival cruise.
No!
And I was just a humble mechanic from Sheboygan.
Yeah!
And I found this magical doubloon and it spoke to me. And it told me, if you hold this near a superhero, the powers will be yours.
And it has like this
Jacob
spirit of
found
an old pirate in it
So,
that has
so
sort
it
of
should be
partially
like,
taken over the
it
priest.
should be dressed like a typical fat American tourist, wearing a pirate hat and an eye patch and holding the doubloon. Because he didn't go like full pirate, he only went like half pirate.
And like
He could only find
never
the
go
hat.
full pirate. Right?
Never go full pirate.
and when he loses the doubloon, he like gets a regular Midwestern accent. He just has this ridiculous pirate affectation when he has the doubloon.
Yeah, exactly. And then like turns him into like a Long John Silver stereotype.
What time is it?
It is 8:48. We are 2 hours and 38 minutes into our stream.
Oh, wow.
Uh,
Thanks, guys, everyone who's staying by, tuning in.
Yeah, thanks for being here, everybody.
Sorry I was late.
we've got a teleporter who uses a cell phone to move himself or others depending on his cell phone reception.
Oh, that would be the most unreliable power ever. Actually, no, that could work. Like, yeah, using the Wi-Fi system or the phone system, like calling wherever you call. So basically, their power it would work. It's a cell phone. If they call to something, they'll appear there. So someone else would have to be there to pick it up. First. It could be sent also to a regular phone too, but
You're stuck now, teleporter.
yeah. What's a name?
The teleporter's efforts off to the Amish community.
You're stuck now. We're in the middle of Amish country, and you're in a Faraday cage.
Teleporter mobile. Telemobile. Yes. I'm
He knows how to stretch his Verizons.
Oh,
I was going to suggest Verizon.
Yeah.
Or just the logo looks exactly like the Verizon logo. It's spelled Horizon.
We have a hero who can temporarily absorb the powers he is hit with.
Or you could call him Telephoner, and his real name is Porter. So subtle.
What would we do for a costume though if their powers based around the phone? Like,
A really awesome Bluetooth.
See, there is an oxymoron. There is no such thing as an awesome Bluetooth.
I'm sorry.
Every person who wears a Bluetooth, you're like, hey, I know that person's an asshole.
I'm sorry.
we're sorry by the way if anyone has a
Not entirely. That person's probably a salesman or just completely vain.
Kyle's opinions do not reflect that of Super Academy.
Let me rephrase. A really awesome Bluetooth. A really exaggerated, headset. This is the way telephones look in the future.
Right, I'm not.
What if his cell phone's one of those ridiculous, original Matrix movie cell phones that, flip open?
Nick Lee said he knows how to sprint.
The sprinter!
Oh yeah, I imagine a scene where someone just and then he just appears. Got you. I got you now.
I can hear you now.
Can you hear me now?
So, how would they dress as a thing other than having the phone? What is the?
A golf shirt.
And domino mask. If you add a domino mask, it works. Literally, just add it to anything and it's a superhero.
Yeah.
Regular guy, superhero. I mean, Terry McGinnis did that when the Batsuit was possessed by the AI. He just put on a domino mask.
And a utility belt.
And a utility belt.
Yes.
Which blew up shortly after he grabbed it.
What's the pirate guy's name?
The Power Pirate.
I'm going to give him a kill.
Our
Yes!
Our pirate.
He knows the truth.
We've got
give him a
Truther, a
+4
hero
and
with
so
the
you
power
don't
to
have
make
kill
everyone
none
say
of
what
us.
they're subconsciously thinking.
That could work.
What about a boy who has...
Oh,
Freudian. What was that person
Freudian
called? Freudian flip? Yeah.
DJ D said to remember to throw money at us.
Yes.
Yes.
Remember.
Everyone remember that
Dem-
all the time.
If you
Bills,
if
dem-
you pledge $15 or increase your pledge by 15, we will send you the original copies of any of these heroes or villains.
Your choice.
DJD did increase there, so we owe DJD a copy of one of
Oh, excellent.
Thank you, DJ D.
We will be
Thank
in
you,
chat.
you're the best.
these. Yeah.
Fade, a four-winged Valkyrie that is bounty hunter that works for both sides and knows both sides' secrets, uses a sniper rifle, weaknesses that no one trusts him or her.
We can't use guns. That's violent. They're laser. It'll
I
be
have
a
an idea
laser
for a character
like to see that.
we can make control individual shadows, take his own shadows, make copies of them, and control them like a puppet master too.
Oh, that was the Dragoon?
Yeah. I don't know what the name Dragoon. I think of a British dude on a horse when I think of Dragoon.
I think of the dragon robot.
so.
Yeah.
Think of Legend of Dragon.
I would that power set. I would call Shadow Master or something.
Oh, also.
But if we want to call a character Dragoon, I can try and come up with one with that name.
Actually,
call him the Tenebrous Void. Some ridiculous.
Actually, since DJD increased her pledge, I have to sing now.
This is true.
Yes.
So again, anyone who pledges or increases their pledge, I will sing a song for you.
Or you can pay us for him not to sing.
if you increase your pledge by another $5 to $10
Right now.
right now,
Right now.
Oh wait, there's a time delay. Guess you can't. All right.
Unless
Too
we
late.
stall you for 30 seconds.
All right, here we go. Can someone give me a doo-wop?
Do-wop, do-wop, do-wop. Do-wop, do-wop. Do-wop, do-wop, do-wop. Do-wop, do-wop, do-wop. Do-wop,
Yeah, so good to me.
do-wop, do-wop, do-wop.
You came in all the time. Telling you you're so sublime. Oh, DJ D, D2, DJ D, DJ D. I see.
Look, this is
Thank
Amy's
you.
version of Boiler.
Oh yeah, the
Double
oven.
boiler.
Yep.
Can't see.
Amy is our costume designer.
Got a can for a hat.
Say hi to Amy.
Hi! Hi! I'm watching downstairs, so I'm like a half second behind everybody.
What were we
That's
talking
good.
about before?
I like that.
Kind of.
Dragoon.
Oh, yeah.
What power? Instead of the shadow puppets, I don't think that fits the name. We were trying to think of what the power base would be.
Hold on, wait, hold on. We have the power pirate, right?
I'm pretty excited.
Power pirate.
Oh my god. The oh no, if it's called Dragoon, it should be like it's someone who has a blend between the
So
split myself
I
into
gave him
multiple
a
things
hoodie
and the super speed power.
and a kilt and
He
a
gets
sword.
faster the smaller
And
he
then he's
gets.
got
Oh,
like
hold on.
pirate boots, but he has like hairy legs coming out of them. Yep. I had fun drawing Power Pirate.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass that. Oh.
Can I see it?
I take e-booty.
A hero who can only attack people like a turn-based RPG. And then he's got,
Where did it come from?
yeah, he's got to stand there like
His,
waiting
his
for his
name,
turn.
I
to
got
come
his
up.
name. It's Mr. Initiative.
And he would actually get them into like
Yeah.
he fights it, like everything would go and then like there's
But his
something
power, he forces
Why can't I move?
He forces everyone to do it as well.
right,
And the whole
exactly.
interface will do like a classic Final Fantasy game.
Yeah, and like time will pretty much stop as they're fighting too. So he can't like
What? Why are we've been standing here for like 5 minutes? What happened? Then the guy suddenly comes back. Sorry, I had to go to the bathroom.
That was AFK. Mr. Initiative.
oh no, I like that. And like we could like and then have a thing where they have to go through and then and this will be a good chance to show all the stuff Dark Cop has. Like he uses
Yeah.
an item like
Items,
just
like
inventory.
Inventory.
Just like
God, how long are you gonna take?
just like stuff that shouldn't even be there. Yeah.
Banana? Really? A banana?
What the fuck? What the hell is a Phoenix Down?
Look, you need to be sure to have all of the potassium you might need. You never know.
And then their attacks would be like 2 minutes and then miss.
Miss. How? How?
That was an explosion.
He was in the middle of
the
an
bomb.
explosion.
It's like,
Alright, we just got a bunch of flooded with here with some more stuff here. We've got a master thief whose only power is to turn into a houseplant. Has never been caught.
I don't remember this
The items that they
ficus.
steal? If it's something they're holding, does that also turn into the house plant?
I think so.
I would assume. Yes. We've got the allocutioner.
And he is an obsessive horticulturalist, and he only steals houseplants.
It could be a lady, and her name could be Fern.
I believe in non-denominational determinism.
Yeah.
Yeah, the allocutioner,
I'm glad
a
you
hero
forgot that.
or villain who has the ability to control people, animals, and computers simply by speaking.
Animals and computers, that's it.
We've got a villainess, a woman who guises as a gypsy, fortune teller who can, like the idea of rogue's power, can take away the aura or life force of a person she meets, and she's able to see the person's aura or light, but she needs to have both hands on the individual to take away their life force, and sometimes she can temporarily take the power of the individual if they have a power. That was a mouthful.
I think that would be a little bit more interesting, just like a combination of mind reading and then a little bit of future seeing rather than power stealing. Because we got this power pirate for power stealing. But if they could like read the R and be like, I know your powers, you have a power you didn't even know about, and then it's like, I know what your bank card code is.
Actually, or this character could be the mysterious oracle who gives like the prophecy. It's like gives a thing, and it's like I don't know, and then at the last second, it's like, oh, I totally get it now, and now I'm like almost dead.
That was really useless and cryptic piece of information. Gee, thanks.
It's like, yeah, and like, just sort of like the mysterious person. That could work. And then an academic advisor.
Ron said if we get him, he'll play Pal our pirate.
I was kind of imagining Mike Erickson for the bass.
Really? Oh yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, and that's like
Some of you know who that is.
What,
for your
so
career,
I'm
I
gonna
see.
go. So what if a hero, or it could be there's some kind of biological power which weakens those around them. What if we have someone who has the power, and when he's near, he can give them the sudden need to go to the bathroom?
Round note.
The bladder wizard.
The number one.
That'd be like if we ever do like elementary school. Happening.
The tingle.
He's like a Southern Bayou theme series, and he's the Gotta Go Gator.
Pity potty.
So much fun alliteration. I think we're hurting Alex with it.
He sets me on fire. It's a birthday party. And he was sad. He was so sad.
Oh no! We did to take something from Mr. Man. He could just be the bowler. I cannot be stopped.
This is why you're the fun star.
If you increase your pledge right now, we will lie to you and tell you that Kyle will stop.
Let's give a new one for Jacob to draw.
We've got the Improvist, a hero who sings songs on the fly.
What do those songs do?
We do have
It makes the heroes laugh, or it was because of what you were singing.
You don't want to do the.
Oh yeah, we still need to figure out for the teacher though. Moonlight teacher.
Oh, that's the one we were thinking about. Was it the...
It's a teacher who's basically a teacher at the academy, but then
Are you almost done with your drawing there?
goes to
Yeah, I'm
becomes a
almost
villain
done.
sometimes just to
Just
train.
wanna show it off.
Yeah.
Where she has like a rotating clothing rack, kind of like
This is
Manny
This
face.
is Fire Jack, Lava
This
Beard.
is Fire Jack, the lava beard.
What if she could absorb we combine it with someone who can absorb the aura or powers of a villain? So she goes, beats a villain, takes their power, and then draw it. Well,
Without drawing like this.
well, hold on a sec. You want to describe this one?
This is Fire Jack. He's the guy who stood in front of the Mount St. Helens explosion, which happened to be during a cosmic ray burst, which bestowed his glorious ginger beard with the ability of shooting lava at things, which was very helpful in his saving those orphan children.
Can you shoot lava non-lethally?
I don't know. That's why he found it to be very
Can he
helpful.
cool it like
Yeah,
really
if you can,
fast?
as soon as it flies off his beard, you can cool it and just melts you with rocks.
And then it's just razor sharp obsidian.
Well, obviously what he did to save the kids was the lava was... He can obviously absorb lava with his beard.
Right.
That must be what it is. He must
Obviously.
be able to absorb lava.
No
But
question.
only a certain amount. And then he just shot it all back out as pressurized lava streams to divert the lava around the children.
Or if he can cool it really rapidly, he could like shoot it out and then like build little walls out of it to like protect them from.
You'll be safe now, children.
What's like the third string X-Men guy who can shoot fire out of his mouth?
Oh my gosh.
Chamber.
Yeah.
What, or right, a bus is going off a bridge and he just like fuses the axle onto the road with lava right away. Just like, nope.
Were we gonna stop at 9?
Yeah, we're having fun.
Okay.
I mean, well, it's up to.
What time does Owen get here?
Let's.
It's 9:04 right now.
Okay, let's
Do we know?
Before going to work.
yeah, let's actually I think let's sort of recap some of our favorites.
Okay. I can go set up stuff whenever.
I have a favorite we've done tonight, without a doubt, so we can discuss them all. I have a number one favorite.
They got here in time to do one.
Yeah, well, let's give you one while we're doing this. This is this will be an honorable mention. So let's get a good one. Or
I vote for the bowler.
well, I meant let's give one for him to draw though.
That's his vote. He wants me to do the
bowler.
bowler, the guy
Sure.
who makes everyone have to go pee. Okay.
Or we could
I'm
come up with
interested.
something better.
I'm actually
We'll come up with
interested to
something
see how
better.
you interpret this.
What, are you looking for a character?
Yeah.
Procrastinator, a villain who forces people to put off the task at hand and focus on something else.
I'll do that one later.
Alright.
He just has
Ah.
He just has a backpack full of Game Boy Advances and like classic copies of Nintendo Power,
Right.
just to give you.
Oh my god.
Here, let's go through, I think, some of the best ones. So, Phosphorus Joe, one of the first ones, was the son Jones. Yep. A person who's kind of like a chemist. Again, we are deciding who is going to be part of the Super Academy
Who will
family.
reign supreme?
Do you have him with you?
Some of these ideas might also be used as well. In a thing we'll talk with you about it.
As producer, I think Phosphorus Jones I like it, and would be one of the easiest ones to fit into the school setting.
Right.
I'm really fond of Mother News.
Right.
Mother
This
News is by far my favorite
Phosphorus
that I
Jones.
came up to tonight.
Fracture's
I don't
pretty
know
sweet,
how we're
too.
going to fit her into the story.
Yeah, the one thing we have to consider is because some of these heroes I really love, but the problem is just, focusing on just with a group of characters, how can we sort of like insert them, or can they work as a way well with the other heroes?
Power Pirate would be a great background character. That's easy to do.
Yeah.
Especially since you could do like a C-list bad guy or something.
Or good guy.
Or good guy for that matter.
So let's show them Power Pirate.
Zoo.
And also, if you guys, I'm just curious what the stream kind of likes.
Mother News is my
Power
favorite.
Pirate?
I think Phosphorus Joe probably will work best with Show.
Mhm.
So Phosphorus Jones.
Crap, I love Mother News so much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mother
News,
News is
let's
so
go.
fantastic.
I want to do that so bad. Guys, you don't even know. Fracture would be
Mother
the first
News.
to go. Max Savage might make a really good Fracture. I think he could teach me.
Fracture.
He's an information broker that has a way of figuring out everyone's weakness and sells it to the highest bidder.
I like. I think Fracture would really work, but maybe would be a villain we want to save for like a season 2, or if we ended up.
I don't see him as he can be neutral.
I see.
He sells to the highest. He's an information broker because he knows villains' weaknesses as well.
Actually, I'm
Which
not
one's
going to
this?
spoil anything,
Fracture?
but I know actually a way that we can work that in if we do where there's an episode where Drycup has to investigate certain things. That could be a way to introduce him as well.
Yeah.
So actually, he could definitely work in there, and you set him up also as a character, and if we want to make him bigger later, yeah. And then I'd say one more.
Fracture, Mother Noose, Phosphorus Joe, Jones are kind of the front runners right now.
And I kind of like.
I like Disco Doll.
Yes,
too.
Disco Doll. Oh yeah.
Did anyone do one of Glitch?
Does someone draw Glitch, the computer?
I think Glitch, would be someone we'd want to give like I can see we get an entire episode, but I think, since we have so many limited episodes, that's something we'd have to save for right now. It would also be, we'd have to do a lot of effects for as well. I'm just thinking that wouldn't be the most practical for right now. So the finalists are Phosphorus Jones, Mother Noose, Fracture, Disco Dolly, or Disco Doll, sorry,
Power Pirate.
and Power. Oh, sure, yes, Power Pirate. Can you show me from that? Those five. Just like if people want to vote, I mean, we'll probably still decide it anyway. But I'm just curious what kind of the reaction would be. Thank you guys for staying, by the way. Once again, any pledge for $15 or raise your pledge for $15, we will send you the original copies of this. We'll do this as an update as well. We have 7 days, well now 6 days left of the campaign. We'll be releasing new.
We need some love, guys.
Yeah, we did reach our goal, but we have 2 stretch goals now. At 9,000, we're only $700 away from that, where we get a jerk vest, which is basically it's kind of like
It's a vest that we can put on under a costume that would let us do like concussive hits, so we could pull somebody.
that'd
or
be
we could
great.
fly,
Mhm.
or we could do like simulated jumping by pulling on a rigging that would lift
Right,
somebody
exactly.
up.
Yeah, wire-based
Yeah,
stunts.
like wire stunt work. Basically.
Right, exactly.
If we end up getting the stunt crew that we're talking with right now, we could do some pretty cool, complex stuff.
Mhm.
So, I mean, this would literally be like a massive jump in the quality of some of our special effects.
Yeah, I mean, I think, and this will also be a way so we can actually show, super strength beyond, picking up something. We can actually show Power Kid jumping a white thing. I mean, it wouldn't be, Matrix level of wire work, but that's a thing kids talk about today, right? The Matrix.
That's that movie from
That's
15
very
years
topical.
ago.
Yeah. And then we'll make it a 4th episode if we get to 11,000.
Crouching Cougar.
So, again, if you haven't pledged, if you just want to check us out, we'll have
Crouching
we have also custom masks for you. If any of the characters you suggested you didn't get to see, we also have a reward where you will get to create the character yourself, and we will work with you on that to make it into the series. So please check out our Kickstarter if you want to, or to share.
Yeah, if there's any characters from this or from the previous character creation live stream that you really want to get in, that's the reward for you.
Mhm.
We'll do it. If you're local, if you do the, I think it's the 300 package,
Yeah.
you can actually be that character.
And we will give you the costume for it.
You get to keep the costume.
Pretty sweet. I totally would have done that one. That's so good.
Yeah.
So good.
Just out of curiosity, is there a consensus right now on the character?
I think for ease of story and fitting into a school setting, I think Phosphorus Jones. Is it for sheer cool factor that I want to do it the most? It's Mother Noose.
So a lot of votes for Mother Noose.
I think the easiest to work into the story would be Power Pirate, because that can just be a background dude at Super Academy.
Power
They
Pirate.
just be
I
hanging
think
around.
Fracture is the most interesting character that's still feasible. Mother Noose requires some more. As much as I would love to do that. Totally.
Someone suggested Power Pirate needs a peg leg.
Then we need to find a one-legged actor.
We'll fix
Ted
it
is doing
first.
like a
We'll fix it.
what does that mean? Oh, okay.
I'll fix you prior to post. How about that?
Oh, that's right. I was getting fired today, wasn't I?
Public service announcement. Bob Barker has reminded us all that we should stay neuter our actors.
I'm
I don't like that idea.
I'm leaning towards either Phosphorus Jones or Fracture. I mean, I kind of like just the idea of Fracture just being a character who can maybe become bigger later. My only issue, I guess, maybe with Phosphorus Jones is it sounds like we can kind of have him as the role of the chemist kind of guy, but I'm wondering because Dark Cop is kind of already sort of
He's already kind of taken the science, and
Right.
Cliff is a smart character as well.
so I'm not sure if he'd
So
be
yeah, we may not
necessary.
actually need another character who fills service.
What if he was a foil to those smart characters?
I guess. I mean, we do have a lot. The only thing is also since we only have so many episodes, I think all the characters are kind of foils for each other. I'm not sure we need another foil for Dark Cop.
Or,
Yeah.
well, what I meant was, because you have Chaotrix, who's smarter and obviously was set up as a foil during the promotion.
So actually, yeah, I think we can.
Do you have a villain spoil too quick? I wasn't. I'm not clear.
I don't know. Actually, no, not yet.
We shall see.
That's just one of those things that I was like, maybe this is something.
Once we're funded, the first 2 months is writing.
Yep.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of stuff written.
Yeah, no.
Kind of-
Just so you know, we do have the series. Most of the
It's,
series.
it's piecing it together in the new format for the 3 longer
Or
episodes.
4, depending on
Yeah.
the funding.
Depending on how our funding ends up.
I mean,
we
that's
want
some-
to tell the best story we can within the time frame we have.
Right,
to
that
do it.
was-
So that's we're reorganizing stuff. We're trying to figure out what's most important, what's going to be most engaging, and what we can actually afford to do. So
So I'm personally leaning towards Raptor right now. Ted, do you have any opinions? Or
I have no opinions. I'm the actor. Remember?
okay. Excellent.
I do what
Learn
I'm.
just this.
I do what I'm told. I get directed. I don't give direction.
there's an actress I really would. I think if we do Fracture, I would like to use Max Savage. Maybe you've seen Fanning Talon, which is kind of like other series. Max Savage plays the main character. I think he would be amazing as Fracture. He could pull off, just enough friendly that you kind of like him, but just enough cold and scary that you're like, ooh, he's a little bit on the edge. There's an actress that I worked with that I think would be really great for Mother News, whose name escapes me, but it was like
Grabbing some thunder, by the way.
6 years
So
ago.
power just goes suddenly out. That's probably why.
There you go, the bowler. He's like Mr. Clean with a giant
Plunger.
If you can show the audience.
giant plunger.
Oh, you have to give it to Ted.
There you go. The bowler with a giant plunger staff.
I think he just puts it on the ground.
And he's got
like,
perpetually wet cuffs.
like when he puts the plunger down, he just pushes it down and causes like this shockwave, like Simon's staff in Serenity movie.
Oh,
he just
yeah.
ducks down and it goes out, and everyone kind of goes,
Oh.
"Oh!"
Okay, do you want to talk about this at all?
So he discovered this when he was working as a janitor. Whenever he would put his plunger down on the ground, and every time he did, suddenly the restroom he was working in would get overflowed with people from the building around him. And he initially turned to a life of crime because he determined he could call his entire front rooms of banks to just vacate. He could just walk behind and clear out the tellers' drawers. But then he determined that his powers would be put to much better use, foiling crime rather than being a part of it. He also looks like Mr. Clean, so.
Oh, of course.
Someone's asking about all the sound guys. Why? What about all the sound guys? Since there were some cool ones out there.
Oh, I mean, well, part of it is, we're just, again,
Yes.
like we're saying, a lot of
Yes,
these
you
characters
can.
we really think are
I've
cool,
seen
but
pretty terrifying.
we're just trying to think of what could work with the series. Right now, we're just we're trying to pick ones that not necessarily are just like a villain that they can fight, but a way that we can also work them, maybe into the storyline, sort of like the character angle as well. But these are all really awesome suggestions, and I don't want anyone to think like, we're just like throwing some out or anything.
Yeah.
But it's the worst, or it's the best problem to have is when you have too much good stuff.
Yeah, because then you can sort through it and just take the green of the crop.
Like Firejack, that's an awesome idea, but we just don't have the money to do a guy who shoots
We
lava.
can't go out and harvest a bunch of
use
lava and
Eric
then
Groves
use
for
it.
that.
We know a guy who has the
He
perfect
has
beard.
a luscious red beard already.
Well, Kyle has
yourself.
a decent, but we have Eric Groves who went to MCAD, and he has a beard which varies between pleasantly trimmed and how's best to describe this? The untamed wiles of Saskatoon.
So any just final thoughts on this one? Otherwise, I think we can sort of come to final decision.
Kriya just wants to know what happened to Lily and Leah. They were changed to Dreamers, or did no?
Oh, no,
Oh,
Lily
it's,
and Lena.
it's Meh and her.
That was
up-
Matt.
uptight-
Yes.
Her upbeat brother.
Mhm.
So we never gave a name to it.
I'm sorry, I just found the best picture of Eric Rhodes I've ever seen.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
Do you want to show it to the?
Alright, you want to show this to the camera? Because it's seriously.
You want to tell the ideas
Who we
aren't
find.
all out?
We use for fire.
So this is why we're so excited about the idea of Fire Jack. Because he looks majestic.
He's like a lion on the savannah.
Oh man.
He's the source material they used that Pixar used in Brave. They just had pictures of him hanging on the wall. Yeah.
So I think I think a lot of people like Mother News if people can sort of help just sort of think about like how Mother News would be used other than just because that's kind of the deciding factor right now is what could they accomplish in the series?
Well,
by
what if
thinking
Mother
around-
News wasn't an active villain, but rather a defeated and imprisoned villain? Someone that they consulted to get in the mind of your opponents for that.
I'm not sure that would work because like her thing is just telling the story and stuff. But that and then that.
What if, spinning off of Charlie's idea, what if she's already in prison and she's there with another villain who has encountered these people, and she tells a framework story that we can then cut into with the characters. You know? So like she's in prison, she's telling one of the other inmates about this thing, except she's doing it in a very creepy, unused way.
Because, how to put this? She seems like this super
Maybe like
great.
our Tucker and Dale versus Evil episode. Like it's like really dark, but like, but also very funny.
Oh yeah.
There's a question.
Burka hair.
Yeah.
He's got a new backer too, Jonathan Mitchell.
Oh, thank you, Jonathan.
Jonathan Mitchell, are you on the live stream at all?
I have not. Maybe.
We will
John.
message you also on
No, I don't know.
Kickstarter. How much did you pledge?
$45. We got the collector card pack.
Nice.
Nice.
All right. Shoot, Mitchell's a hard word to learn. Mitchell.
Jonathan.
So you want doo-wops or something?
Yeah. Well, what's the opposite of a doo-wop?
I was doing that too.
I think the opposite of a doo-wop is the sort of plodding drum beat that you have in the Papers, Please theme.
Sure. Sure.
Or just like hardcore death metal.
Oh, let's do it like the Hobbit sort of Dwarven song.
Like the Misty Mountain
Yeah.
song.
You pledged your money to this. Okay, hold on, let's start.
What is it working? What's going on right now?
He's trying to sing to Jonathan Mitchell.
In what form, though? What the hell was that? Is that like monk chanting?
Like
chanting?
I'm sorry, everyone.
Oh, the dwarves, okay.
I'm sorry, everyone who's waiting for our announcement, but we got to do this song first.
I can play in the background if you want.
No, we can't play.
Why don't you just
Wait,
do?
wait,
Why don't
wait,
you do
stop.
in a jungle, but like the mighty Jonathan?
Okay.
The mighty Jonathan.
Okay, sure.
We've already done the Mighty Jungle on the live stream. We did that last week.
I know, but it's a good song.
Actually, you know how you should do.
We gotta keep
If
going
you
back
want
to
to
that
do-
well.
If you want to do a
So it's
chant
wrong.
like a folk song, then I'll hit a tone, he'll hit a tone, and we'll have
I hit
We
some.
can do Mighty
Sure.
Jungle again.
Sure, let's do it.
Yeah. in the jungle.
Jonathan, you gave me $45. Jonathan, farewell, water friends. Dollars. Okay, walk.
You can't do the same thing we did.
Yes.
We did that
We're
during
just dance.
the last.
I'll make it up to you. I will write you an apology. I'm always saying. It'd be funny if he wasn't even watching.
He probably wasn't.
What's going on?
What's this apology for? I'm sorry for singing in the mighty jungle at you on the live stream. I didn't watch the live stream.
All right. What's the chat?
Then I'm not
By
sorry.
the way.
They would like JD asked what the next live stream is.
So next live stream is going to actually be our final day.
We'll be streaming pretty much all day with events throughout the day. So we got cool stuff going on the whole time.
And we'll
we'll do some more drawing. We're going to do a poster live, so you can see me take a photo of one of our cast members and turn it into a poster. And then we're going to do like some more kind of like talk back stuff where you can ask your questions and just hang out. And hopefully a few other cool things that we are still in the process of putting together.
Yep, and we'll also be releasing some shorts this week as well.
Yeah, we have Meet the Students. Maybe
A new short every day for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So, stay tuned for that. And yeah, like I said last week, this is the most important time of the Kickstarter. But anyway,
we do have to pay a 5% fee to Kickstarter on all the monies we raise, because that's how they make their money. And then we have to pay about another 5% in credit card fees. So we do, in order to get this nice website that allows us to gather sums of money we normally couldn't, we do have to pay about 10% or so in fees. So just know every more you give us, that gives us more to the bottom line to actually make the show. So keep that in mind as well.
I think everyone's just waiting for us to make the thing.
I'll make the decision.
They're actually deciding the storyline for you right now.
Really?
There's been they said that Mother Goose should be Power Kid's mother. Mother Goose should be Power Kid's mother. It's based on someone said that Broadway said she was Power Kid's very sweet mother who, when Power Kid was little, loved reading him Mother Goose stories, and she was driven insane, either by me or by my father's. By Power Kid, or by Power Kid's father, Deathside, who forced her to listen to all those nursery rhymes put together in one insane coffin. I don't know what's going on. Yeah.
I hate your nursery rhymes, so you're going to listen to them all at once for a year.
Or something like that. Something like that.
Let's maybe.
Or it could have been his grandmother. That's another possibility.
His whole family just has
The
that.
whole family.
Just the evil family.
Just like bedtime stories.
$1
Why?
billion.
Family tree full of nooses.
Well, it kind of does.
Yeah, it makes
especially hanging off that one particular side.
Yeah, that one branch.
Do you have a thought? Oh, I like them all.
All of them are wonderful.
All of them are.
Every single
Evil
one.
Dreamers.
Every single one.
I think we should put Chris back in.
He
I like that guy.
should play himself as
He's
a
not
superhero. His hat gives him his powers.
He's not a hero.
He just comes in and fixes the lighting.
You know, do you have to pick one?
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's
Happy
Day.
Mother's
Happy
Day.
Mother's Day.
Mama's Day.
Oh
I
yeah.
say we need to throw a power pirate in the background,
We get Mike Erickson to do that.
and then
you want to put on an eye patch and a kilt? Okay.
and a pirate hat.
Do you want to sort of crab walk through this scene for us? Yeah, okay.
We need something for your ride to do then too.
Alright, so
Power pirate in the background.
Are we gonna wrap it up here?
yeah, so I'm thinking just for a guarantee, because I know, and we can talk more, like we can see if we can get her in as well, but I'm thinking Fracture just as someone we know we can get in as well. I think if we, and Mother News, I think we should still keep talking about it because that has a ton of potential.
We gotta figure out how
There's
we can
also
do
a lot
it.
of
If we
danger
can
with
do
that
Mother
one.
Noose, we will do it, but we're not going to make it guaranteed. We want
Right.
to do it. We have to work it into the story.
Alright, so I think, who suggested Fracture? You know, is there any way to search the comments or?
No.
No.
If you're still here and you suggested it, if you could just say that you did, just so we can thank you properly. But I think yes. Can we put him back on there? We're announced new Super Academy character, Fracture. Information
And
about
Power pirate.
And Power Pirate.
and Power Pirate, possibly in the. But
He's easy.
Fracture gets all the glory.
Careful there, buddy. There's some art.
So
How about any female heroes that are gonna be added or female characters? Power could be a female, yeah.
Well, we do Mother Noose.
Mother News.
Mother Noose is
Yeah, Mother
under
Noose
heavy
we-
consideration.
We'd like to. They're trying to figure out how to fit her in.
Mm.
But she's super cool.
yeah.
Gerald Ford.
So-
So reading Gerald Ford in my memoirs. Yeah, that's an Alex win right there.
So we're just we're gonna wrap up then. Thank you so much for coming. If you have any last second questions, if you can just ask us. This will be the last chance before the live stream. Or you can send us a message on Kickstarter too. Works too. But
Oh, there it is.
if you have any
Facebook
last
I
Twitter.
got the wrong one.
Punster's foot there.
We try to be very, very open and friendly. So send us a message.
Yeah,
whenever
thank
you know.
and again, we love all of your ideas.
Yes.
That's why you get punched by Dark
amazing
Cop so
to be
much.
here with us all the time tonight. It's incredible that you guys came out.
Yeah, and any last second questions, we'll answer them.
How do we stop? I don't know how to stop.
Oh,
this
we're
thing.
not. We're answering questions.
Oh, we're answering questions. Yes, sorry.
How
Questions
does
to
stop
anybody.
this thing? You don't answer
What do you got? What do you got for me?
Oh. Also,
Gypsy.
Oh,
This sucks.
short one.
So they already
We got one last one here from Amy.
Our
Gypsy.
costume designer designed Corona and Blitz costumes.
And cut strivers now.
Yeah.
So one of them was
Redesigned.
yeah, one was much easier than all the others. I'm assuming.
There's the
Is there any just questions and comments at all? Or?
Not yet.
Does anyone have any sort of just last things they want to say then?
Those who are watching who demand the punster, we may have figured out a way to get a little
Don't tell 'em.
snippet
Don't tell 'em.
of him in, but we may not have. The only way to be sure is to make more money.
This is very true.
Yeah, no, I mean, if we can, again, if we can get the fourth episode, that would be amazing. But again, we want to make sure we have enough money to make 3 before we make 4.
Oh my gosh.
Any questions?
Oh, fracture credit goes to Blue Dragon 5.
Blue Dragon.
Blue Dragon 5, thank you
Sorry.
very much. We will also talk about Fracture in an update, and be sure to credit you. We'll include a link. We can include a link to your YouTube as well.
Okay, there are some questions here.
Okay.
Oh, you're lagging.
Creatrix Dreamer said she never got. I think it's she. He never got an answer about Lily and Leah. If they were what happened with those characters? Are they going to be thought about or used or at all?
I mean,
We drew them like in character creation. I think the ones we talked about, Mother News possibly, Power Pirate, and Power Pirate can be a background character, and we can put Fracture into the storyline. We really don't have somewhere where they could be. They might be background characters if we need filler. That's definitely ideas when we're looking for extras and stuff. But other than drawing them right now, that's where they're at.
again, yeah, we're just limited to how
Yeah,
much
we created
time
we
we have.
created the same amount of characters the last
There are only
live
so
stream.
many minutes in
Yeah.
this episode.
Yeah, we're gonna have probably about 45 minutes to an hour of total show,
depending on how much.
depending on how much we raise and how well shooting goes.
They're good ideas. I mean,
So yeah, no,
Twin
they're
idea.
good.
a twin idea is a really good idea.
If we had $800,000, then we could do all of
Yeah,
that.
that would be nice.
But we have $8,000.
Yeah. So I mean, don't get discouraged if you're
it's not
suddenly
so
get
bad
chosen
idea.
because
So for those of you watching out there who are going to win the lottery this week,
yeah. Like if you just because you made a character doesn't mean it's not gonna not be used, or yes, not
Right.
gonna be used
Yeah.
because if the more we can do with this, the more we can build on the universe and add the characters that you guys have created. So, James Smith asked, "Are we gonna make a theme song for the show?"
Oh yeah, we actually do already have the theme.
You hear it playing at the end of most of the videos and stuff, and I believe it's on.
It's on the announcement for this one too.
Yeah, it's on the announcement of this one. So
If you're on the Kickstarter page, it's also included.
yep. Eric, I think we embedded Eric Andrade's SoundCloud link of that, so if you go to the main Kickstarter page, you can listen to it.
And let's just one more question then.
Hold on.
he's pretty good.
Can John King work for us? He loves us so much.
What does John King do? And will he work for pizza for free?
I have no idea.
Bagels. We work for bagels and juice boxes.
How come Alex J isn't more than just Death Side's voice?
He is our sound guy, PA, and chauffeur for Ben most of the time. He's plenty of things.
Oh, and we also he plays, he played a physical as a sort of an extra. We might.
He was kneecapper, wasn't he?
No, he was someone else.
Okay.
But we can also give him. Again, we haven't decided all the cast yet.
Once we have a full fleshed out script with people written down, we'll know. Like, hey, this needs to be a body and a costume right here.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the thunderstorm's getting closer, so
Yeah.
we should probably wrap up here. But thank you again. Saying it so many times, but thank you seriously for coming.
Thanks
And,
for coming.
Please share the Kickstarter. Please spread the word.
If you haven't donated, please, if you enjoyed this,
Mhm.
we like giving you entertainment for free, but if we want to keep being able to do creative stuff, we do need
Mhm.
money, frankly.
Share with your friends. You guys know the drill.
Get you and 5 friends, I'll give $5. That's $30. That's huge. So.
Yeah, sharing the Kickstarter video itself. Like if people don't have time to watch the full video, but if you can just show them the Kickstarter video. It's about
Or
2
even
minutes.
any of the shorts or anything.
All right.
Say, hey, you like these? Give them money.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'm gonna.
Thanks for coming, everybody. Don't forget
Thanks
to
for
check
coming.
out Alex and Charlie's work online, as well as Mythic's Armory, as Hunter Teasley's mask making. You can get your own custom mask for $60.
And
And the Fallout Shelter Arcade, you get a session to hang out with us and play.
Oh,
some
and John
games
King
in Fallout Shelter
says
Arcade.
he will work for pizza or bagels.
Bagels and water.
As long as he's local.
Yeah, is
Yeah.
it local?
So,
Send us a message, John.
yep, send us a message, John, and we will talk.
Kitsune F&F on Facebook. It's good. Lots of fun. Did I tell you the cool thing?
Yes. Hold on, it's still closing.
Bye.
Bye.
Just gonna keep waving.
Just
until
keep
it's
waving.
done.
it's like the end of Hee Haw. You just keep waving.
Until it's through.
Bye,
Or Bonanza. Like the end of Beverly Hillbillies.